Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. It is good to see, and we're so grateful for everyone joining us here today. Let's get right into it because there were 13, at least, more mass shootings over the weekend. 13, leaving 12 people dead. In Philadelphia, you can see people running for their lives. Here they go after multiple gunmen, opened fire on a crowded street. 3 people died. 13 people were injured. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, 3 people were killed after a shooting outside of a nightclub. Now, those are just 2 of them. There were others in Arizona, South Carolina, Texas, Nebraska, Virginia, Kentucky, Georgia, Michigan, and New York. So what are we going to do about it? Well, a new CBS poll shows that a majority of Americans support gun restrictions. 81% favor background checks on all potential gun buyers. 72% support a federal red flag law. And 62% support a ban on the AR-15 semi-automatic. That ban on semi-automatic weapons was the closest. So DBL Nation, we want to know what you think. Do you support a ban on assault weapons like this? Go to DBLvote.com to weigh in. What was your thoughts after hearing about the weekend, and are you worried about going out anymore?
Yeah, is this what this summer is going to look like?
I mean, I went to Top Gun, and I counted the seats to my exit. And I counted where the exit was. I have never done that. And I know I've been privileged not to have to be able to do that. I've never done that. In case in the dark, I had to count where the seats were.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's asking, how do we solve this? How do we stop this? It's already way out of control. I mean, just you reading all those states,
right?
It's like, there's so many we can't even cover them, right? But these seem like logical answers to kind of put some, distance between having a gun and being crazy, right? It's like, we're not taking away anybody's guns. We have to stop with all that. Nobody's taking away your guns. Let's just make it harder for bad people to get them. I mean, it seems very, very logical. I don't even understand how Congress is not seeing that, right? I get the NRA funds a lot of the things. That's how government works. But it's like, we're not taking away your guns. We're just making it harder. Is there that much money in guns?
Yeah, I was going to say, you talk about money, Erica.
It's like, yes, I mean, it's so telling how much money is actually behind all of this, because when you're saying the majority of Americans actually, regardless of political parties, agree on this.
Right.
It's not none of this is shocking, because look at what's happened the past 2.5 years. It's like there is this mentality, okay, we're in a pandemic. Okay, well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care about it, or it's not real, or it hasn't gotten to my neighborhood, it hasn't gotten to my home. And then as it went on and on, it started to get into your community, your neighborhood, your home. People you knew started dying. There were all of these things that made it more like we are in this together, right? The same thing's happening right now, except we're sitting back and going, hey, we actually could come up with some solutions. There is a vaccine for this, but we're just unwilling to get together and make this happen. And the truth is, like, America, we are the teenagers.
Right, we're new.
We're the teenagers of the world.
Yep.
Okay, so we're based on rebellion. Everybody wants their freedom. Everyone wants to be seen and be heard. And I agree, people should have their freedom. They should be seen and be heard. But right now, we're in this situation where, like, it's not borders based on states. It's not borders based on communities. It's borders based on one house to the next, one apartment to the next, where people are so far apart on these issues that we can't come together to save each other.
Exactly. Wow, that was very well said. It made me think of COVID, because it's like an epidemic now, a public health crisis, just like COVID. I will say the good news is Senator Chris Murphy, who was the senator in Connecticut during Newtown, says he's never heard bipartisan talks like he's hearing in closed chambers. It's the most in Sandy Hook that they're moving. So hopefully we're going to get some kind of compromise.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It just seems logical, right?
81% of Americans don't agree on anything except golden retrievers. What are we doing? Fix it. I'm sorry. The poll says, do you support a ban on assault weapons? 83% of you, not surprising. 17% of you do not. All right, we do have an update.
Why? I know we're going to move on,
I'll tell you
but why?
Second Amendment, and they'll tell you and quote it, their rights shall not be infringed. And when you put in any kind of slow down obstacle, to them, that reads, you're infringing on my rights.
To the 17% out there, what are you thinking when you see these families that are dead, that no longer have their sons, that this family of 4, that the mother was killed and the dad died of a heart attack? Do you have any empathy for any of these people? Oh, the 13 people who were shot, the 13 different shootings. Like, where is the empathy? Do you really like make love to your gun? Like, what do you? I don't understand.
I think they think the Second Amendment
I don't understand.
They believe it's absolute and more important, their constitutional right, than the rights of those.
But when you see those families, like, aren't you like, hey, man, I'll do my part?
Because
I just don't. I'm so confused.
Because I think when some people don't want to give even an inch because they feel like the mile will be taken from them. Like, I am a responsible gun owner. I have said that before. When I got certified and I did my tactical training, I trained with police officers. Like, I had an understanding. We walked through the home, an understanding of what my responsibility was with this weapon.
Sure.
If all the laws changed and they were like, hey, you need to give this back for this reason, or we're going to buy it back from you, I would be the first person in line.
Right.
Like, I don't understand the resistance when we're talking about responsible gun ownership.
America is gun crazy. We are built on guns. We are gun fanatics. I mean, we really are. We do have an update on the school shooting in Texas. This Uvalde mom is now saying police are warning her to stop telling her story or else she'll be charged with a probation violation for obstruction of justice. Now, during the shooting, she was handcuffed by police after begging them to rescue her kids. Once the handcuffs were off, she did a mom thing. She jumped over the fence, ran in, and saved her 2 sons. This funeral home worker is also speaking out about the police response. He witnessed the gunman crash his truck. He went for help, but the gunman opened fire and ran into the school. The worker says he was prepared to confront the gunman with his own gun when police told him to stop. Now, we're hearing a lot about this Uvalde. I just want to let you know 40% of the budget of Uvalde goes to security. 40%. The man we are hearing from the New York Times, Arredondo, the man who called it a barricaded hostage situation, had no radio on him the entire time. He didn't know kids were being shot because he didn't have his radio.
Ears?
Yeah.
Apparently he and the people that did go in heard the shots, and the last things they heard as they went in was do not breach. And they went against what Arredondo said. What do you guys make of this?
Well, they botched it. I was going to use another word, but yeah, they botched it, right?
Why isn't he fired? Why isn't he?
He definitely should be, but again, I think this is like, nobody think it's coming to their home, right? Nobody think they're going to be in this situation, right? And they're all like, they just had training too on what to do.
2 months ago.
Right. So it's like they had proper training on what to do, but I think when it hits you, you don't know what to do, right? It's that fight or flight. Right. He messed up.
But then they had a school council meeting, right? This was just yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. And they basically didn't bring him up, didn't discuss him, even though 2 people got up. They wanted him fired. No discussion about him at all. What's going on in Uvalde?
And didn't he run for something after? Like,
he was elected to city council.
Yeah,
he had already been voted in. They had just elected him. I want to make that clear. Sorry. But yeah, go ahead.
But they went through and like actually put him on the city
behind closed doors.
Right.
That's right.
There's no excuse for this. In fact, it's embarrassing. Like, honestly, I don't know how this man could ever sleep at night ever again in his life.
Thank you.
The idea that we aren't, or he isn't coming out to just hold himself accountable and responsible. It also tells you, like, in certain towns, in certain cities in this country, how things are really operating. I mean, look at how the country as a whole operates, and it's all about who has the power construct. It doesn't mean anything to anyone who isn't sitting in one of those seats or receiving 40% of that funding.
I totally agree, and what I thought was interesting is only 2 people felt the need or felt comfortable enough to sign up to speak at that city council. I wonder how that town is run, is all I'm saying. Speculation on my part, but is there a fear there that they can't go to those people?
Well, allegedly, there has been people who have been absolutely threatened by coming forward, including allegedly the woman who saved her children.
You're right. Coming up on DBL, several professional baseball players, maybe you guys have heard of this, take a stand against wearing pride logos on their uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? Plus, what was Brad Pitt like before his Thelma and Louise days? We talk with an A-list acting coach, Margie Haber, about what it was like working with him before he got big.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back. It is Pride Month, and a lot of baseball teams host Pride games where they welcome members of the LGBTQ plus community to the stadium. But check this out. 5 players, and may I remind, they're all pitchers, I thought that was interesting, from the Tampa Bay Rays refused to wear the rainbow Pride logos on their uniforms. They said their religious beliefs wouldn't allow it, but they're insisting that they are still welcome, the LGBTQ community. These are the Pride logos that all the other players on the team wore. So I just want to get your first take on, do you think they should be able to abstain? And then what do you think the message is? And perhaps Tampa Bay could have been a bit more organized with communicating to all their players before they started this. What do you think, Erica?
You know, I like to know where people stand. You know, I don't like to guess who's my enemy and who's for me. Like, when people are like, I can't stand you, you ugly, you whatever, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to know if I should be like kind of nice to you. Like, you know, now I know I can just completely ignore you.
It's
That's
overt.
great.
Yeah,
That's
right.
great. But no, I think when we have messaging, especially when a team comes together, I think it's very important that it's the totality of the team. This is about the idea of LGBTQIA plus being celebrated, the equality of the community, about equity. It's about people being given their basic human rights. So if whatever your religion or whatever is against that, then I think it's very telling.
I think they have a right to do what they want. And I say that because they said they're welcoming to everybody coming, right? But to not have any duality of thought and just be labeled homophobic for not wearing that, or I might have a thing about, you know, transgender women coming into Olympics, transphobic. And it's like, you can't have any duality of thought on anything. It's like, they're very welcoming. They're not being disparaging. They're not saying, I don't agree with that lifestyle. They're saying, listen, this is my choice. I don't want to wear that. And I think they have a right to do that, right? As long as you're not being mean or discriminating against that, I don't see why they don't have a choice.
I think they have a choice, but if you were a Tampa Bay Ray gay fan, would you feel comfortable coming to the stadium? Would you feel welcome by those 5 pitchers?
I don't know how much communication you're going to have with those pitchers.
No, I mean just in terms of the
But
fact
if they're
that they won't wear it.
welcoming, if
because
they're
that's an action in itself, right? Not wearing it is in itself an action.
Right, but I'm not down with this 100% all in or no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you have one question, even if you're very welcoming to whatever the conversation may be, you're labeled. You're just immediately labeled. You're homophobic. You're racist. You're this. It's like, hey, wait a second. I'm supportive of that. This is just what I feel like. Don't you respect my opinions as well? I have to respect yours. Can't you respect mine?
I think where, you know, our co-host Al says this a lot, and I truly believe it, that when you are up for cancellation or you speak out and it's unpopular, that it's really just showing who your demographic and who your following is. And so I think ultimately a lot of these things speak through dollars and revenue. Are you likely to purchase a jersey with one of those names on
Right.
it if someone in your family this is affecting and you're offended? Or are you likely to purchase it because you're like, yeah, this person represents me and my ideology? And I think that really comes out in the wash. It comes out in the audit, I should say.
In the audit. I will also say this is what they said. I want to give some context.
The Tampa Bay
pitchers, yeah. They said, this is Jason Adam saying why he doesn't want to wear it. He said, but when we put it on our bodies, I think a lot of guys decided that it's just a lifestyle, that maybe not that they look down on anybody or think differently. It's just that maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus, who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would abstain from that behavior. And I want to say, from my point of view, I don't believe it's a lifestyle. I believe that's factually incorrect. And I wanted to make sure that his context was also given.
Yeah.
Well.
Listen, I would wear the ribbon, I would wear the patch, or I would do whatever, you know what I mean? Some people don't. I don't know.
You're saying it's okay to have the protest in that way?
It's not even a protest. Like, I don't know. I'd better just shut up. I'm already homophobic already.
You
so,
are not.
Yeah.
You are not. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Hollywood's #1 acting coach, Margie Haber. What was it like working with Brad Pitt before he became famous? Stay tuned.
This one. You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26th this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher, and those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Welcome back to DBL. Margie Haber is an acting coach for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, and she has one piece of advice for everyone, and that is bleep your comfort zone. Earlier, she told us about working with Brad Pitt and Tiffany Haddish. Check it out. Please welcome Hollywood's #1 acting coach, Margie Haber.
Oh my God! I love the way you covered up the word. It's very. I love it. And you. And by the way, I've been watching all of you, and you all have the opportunity to study with me because you all have talent. I can see it. Every one of you. Yeah, you could be the stars. The stars of the Margie Haber studio. Yeah, I noticed it.
You've worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood: Mariska Hargitay, Josh Duhamel, Halle Berry. I know I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling our viewers, right? We all know these people. So, how do you peel back all of the layers and find the quote "it" factor?
Everybody, including you, has an it factor. In fact, I think you're also charismatic. I watch your show, and I'm very impressed with it because you're having a blast. And that's yes, you're having a blast. And that's the thing, guys. You know, all the stars I've worked with, you know, there's something about them that's special. There's vulnerability. But the problem is that most people hide behind their masks. They hide behind their armor because they're so afraid to be seen. Then it happens when you wear the armor. Like in my book, there's a chapter called "Does Your Armor Serve You?" And quite honestly, it doesn't. So when you move the walls and remove the critical parent and the fearful child, this beautiful thing comes out.
So Marjorie, this is a big moment for me, and I think I'm getting a little emotional.
Stop it, Jack.
I like that.
I was showing my range. I was showing my range.
For Margie.
All right, so you knew Brad Pitt before Thelma and Louise. He was one of your students, like a long list of many names we just mentioned. What was BP? What was BP like before stardom?
BP.
He was charming, just like you, sweet. He walked in with an air of confidence. I think, you know, the thing about him that was wonderful is that he made me feel special. So to me, when you feel special about yourself, and then you can make other people feel special, then you're quite honestly, you really are the star of your own life, right? And he was, and I thought that when I worked with him on Thelma and Louise, and he had that, you know, the hairdryer in his hand, and he brought out what I call the playful child. You know, everybody some people are afraid of the playful child. He was never afraid of it. He was always available the twinkle was always there. It was my job to let him bring it through and allow himself to remove any walls that he has and trust the relationship. Because I think if you trust relationships, that's when you can bring that stuff out. And he was beautiful and still is, and very sweet.
That was great.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
In your book, you write about your theory, My 5 Voices. And I wanted to know a little bit more about that. And was there a notable student of yours that maybe had struggled a bit with this, I heard?
Well, this is one of my favorite parts of the book. Blink your comfort zone. I have to get used to saying that word. But anyway, what's beautiful about this book is that you get to look at the 5 voices within us. You know, the critical parent, that's the voice that says, I'm not good enough, I'm too fat, I'm too old. You know, I'm sure you all recognize that voice.
You're talking to
but then
me.
There's yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Then there's a nurturing parent, which is just the beautiful part of your voice that says, you know what, Margie, you're not that old. You're a beautiful person. I love you. So important. That voice is really underused. There's a student of mine, I believe you know her name is Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, yeah.
In
We
fact,
heard her.
yes, Tiffany.
We heard she ready.
Yes. She's just brilliant. And when she came to me, she was all about, I don't want to give up my playful child, Margie, because I like to play. Girl, I'm not going to be what you want me to be. I'm not going to be that sad, painful person. I want you to come out. And no, I said, no, but there's more to you, Tiffany, than that. There's this beautiful piece of you that I'm so proud of you. It's the vulnerability. Yeah. So she had to actually she had to let go of her playful child.
Oh, wow.
And not use it and to protect her. Many of us do that. We protect our fearful child with the playful child.
We loved having you,
right?
Margie. To all of our viewers out there, hello.
Yes.
You can pick up a copy of Bleep Your Comfort Zone, fill in the blank, to take a risk and become the lead in your own life. Thank you so much, Margie.
I love you, Marjorie.
I love you all from LA. I'll come to you. Zoom it. We'll Zoom together.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence,
you can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
Welcome back. Everyone loves winning things, and scammers know this. So it's time for a Security Alert sponsored by LifeLock. There are many legitimate sweepstakes out there, but you need to watch out for scammers. They will reach out to you by phone, email, or mail congratulating you for winning this big prize. But the red flag is that they will request that you pay a fee or send personal information to claim it. You should never send money or provide financial information to receive a prize. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identities secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-353-8940 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. But someone who is winning is this guy, because we want to wish you a very happy belated birthday, Jeffrey.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How was your birthday yesterday?
44.
65?
Yeah.
Very good. We'll see you tomorrow.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy. Whew, all right. No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with the knee now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
What?
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
Another weekend of mass shootings across America as a Uvalde mom who ran into the school during that attack speaks out about police trying to shut her up. Several MLB players opt out of wearing Pride Night uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? A blast from the past with the Queen showing up to the Jubilee as her younger self in hologram form. Plus, Prince Louis is at it again with his antics. And Jeff Goldblum and Lord Dern return to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, we haven't been together for, on screen for these 30 years.
It made us family forever.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Well, I hate opening the show with this, but this is our reality here in this country. There were at least 13 more mass shootings over the weekend, leaving 12 people dead. In Philadelphia, you can see people running for their lives after multiple gunmen opened fire on a crowded street. 3 people died, 13 people were injured. In Chattanooga, 3 people were killed after a shooting outside a nightclub. Now, those are just 2 of them. I have a very long list of shootings that happened just over the weekend. There were others in Arizona. In fact, that was a 14-year-old girl that died. South Carolina, Texas, Nebraska, Virginia, Kentucky, Georgia, Michigan, and New York. So what are we going to do about this? Well, a new CBS poll shows that a majority of Americans support gun restrictions. In fact, 81% favor background checks on all potential gun buyers, 72% support a federal red flag law, and 62% support a ban on the AR-15 semi-automatic. So that ban on semi-automatic weapons was the closest. So we want to hear from DBL Nation, please. What do you think? Do you support a ban on assault weapons like these? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Erica, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's not, it's shocking because we look at all of these deaths and, you know, we're looking at people who are being targeted for race. We're looking at children being sacrificed, and that's how I feel about it. It also tells us how much money is really going down when it comes to gun lobby and the antithesis of gun control. You know, I've said before, I'm a responsible gun owner. I am very much in favor of sensible gun control laws. That makes sense to me. But after a couple of years, 2.5 years, in a pandemic, we see that we are so divided, and it's not only divided based on some type of like border system, state to state, like we're divided amongst our neighborhoods. Like we can't come to terms with the idea of having this conversation, a common sense conversation about common sense gun control. And much like 2.5 years ago when everyone was arguing over what the proper protocol would be in the middle of a pandemic, and people wanted to have their own freedoms and liberties respected, but at the cost of a lot of human lives. This, to me, is no different.
Yeah, the one thing that you said struck me is common sense, right? Just some logical laws put into place. So if you do have a mental issue and someone wrongs you or you have something on your mind, you can't go out and get an assault rifle within 24 hours. We're not saying take away guns. We have to stop this all or nothing conversation. We're just saying, hey, we're going to put some restrictions, put some limitations on that, make it a little bit more difficult. If you really want one, you're responsible, you'll pass this test, and then you'll get it in due time. That's all. You could still have them, but have a mental issue and then go out and be able to get 2 assault weapons and then do what they did in Uvalde a week later?
The problem is 90% of the country agree with you. It's the Congress people that are taking money for their best interests. Those are the people that we're going to have to weed out, and it's going to take some time. Do you change the way that you go out? I wanted to ask you this because you're a very pragmatic person. So when you go to a movie theater, when you're out with your children, has all these recent shootings, or have you always been that way? Does it change the way you function?
I wouldn't say it changes the way I function, but I noticed that things are different. A couple weeks ago, it was random. I was supposed to go to LA and I couldn't because of weather, so I stayed in town and I went to a Nordstrom Rack that's around here. You know, we like to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Love it.
And it was the week that Buffalo had occurred. It was the first time I noticed on like a sleepy Friday night in a Nordstrom Rack where there was maybe 30 people in the store. There were 2 armed police officers in uniform at the Nordstrom Rack, the one on Colorado. And it was noticeable, you know, like what did they do? And it just hit me that these soft targets that we're talking about, you know, everybody's like, well, let's shore up schools. Well, we have to do churches and movie theaters and TJ Maxx, all these kinds of, so it's like we're trying to kind of handle this situation now that the fire is spreading. We're trying to put out the little fires rather than deal with the main fire. And that's the fact that until we do something about the senators that continue to filibuster and block gun reform, we're going to do these stories all the time, Sam. So lock in, get ready to read those states that you just read so eloquently, because it's going to be a regular thing until we decide.
I don't think so. I think things are changing.
Decide.
I think people are getting out there, and this is becoming a single voter issue.
I think the midterms will show a lot.
I will have to wait and see. I really hope it does. Let's see what our viewers think. 82% of you say yes, you do support a ban on assault weapons. I think that speaks volumes too. So make sure that you vote for a candidate that has common sense gun policies. Okay, so we do have an update on the school shooting in Texas. This Uvalde mom is now saying police are warning her to stop telling her story, or else she'll be charged with a probation violation for obstruction of justice. Now, if you remember, during the shooting, she was handcuffed by police after begging them to rescue her kids. Can you imagine? Well, once her handcuffs were off, she was the mom that still jumped over the fence and saved her 2 sons. So this funeral home worker also is speaking out about the police response. He witnessed the gunman crash his truck, and then he went to go help. But then the gunman opened fire, ran into the school, and this worker says he was prepared to confront the gunman with his own gun, but then the police told him to stop. Okay, so okay, you're shaking your head. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know what the cover-up is, right? Like, they totally blew it. They messed up. 21 people died. Right, they screwed up. Instead of just saying we screwed up, we went through our safety protocols, what we were supposed to do. The fight or flight response kicked in, and I got it wrong. And now these lives are on my hands. But instead, they appoint him to like some what did he have? He got appointed over the weekend,
right?
Like to a government position
city council,
or a council. It's like, what is going on, man? What is going on? And then you're stopping people from wanting to go in there. The heroes that wanted to go in there, you're telling them no and putting them in handcuffs. They really messed this up.
That police department, Erica, just completed an active shooter drill with the state money because they receive 40% of the funding in Uvalde. That's all, 40% goes to that police department. So you don't owe any of your constituents any sort of explanation here?
Well, of course, an explanation is owed, and also a complete dismantlement of whatever government is happening in that town. It's interesting to me that we talk out of both sides of our mouths because it's like, if a bad guy has a gun, then a good guy has a gun. Well, there was your good guy who was shot at.
Plural.
And, went back in to get his gun in order to, can you imagine that? Like, you just got shot at, and you ran to get your gun to follow the shooter and you get stopped, who knows what would have happened? That mother being threatened, like she's the one who did it. Like this was her responsibility. Like she's the only one out of all those adults standing around that jumped in and ran to get her children. And now she's being threatened to not say anything? Why can't she share her story? That is her testimony.
I think this is one of the biggest scandals in the last 10 years in terms of the lies that were told and the lives that were lost and the fallout from that, and the fact that they have been allowed to, at one point, like the sheriff, he just stopped answering questions. Like he just no-showed. He left for like a couple days and just wasn't picking his phone up until they caught him like trying to sneak into his office. I cannot believe this has been allowed to occur. I think that there should be criminal charges filed.
Yes.
Criminal negligence.
There is an investigation.
Yes. I think we got it all. I think we know.
Well, and how many other injustices occurred over the years that we're not aware of, considering that we're seeing how they're behaving in this incident, right?
Yeah, let's throw witness intimidation on top of that as well.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Well, coming up on DBL, several professional baseball players take a stand against wearing Pride logos on their uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? Plus, our interview with the wonderful Jeff Goldblum. He's telling us all about Jurassic World Dominion. And the Queen as a hologram? We'll explain her high-tech appearance at the Jubilee.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day. Hello, hello. Also, something that's getting a lot of buzz in regard to Uvalde is the school board meeting had their meeting on Friday. That's supposed to be open to all the parents, right? The school board meeting represents the students and their parents. That's what they're there for. They closed the doors. No one was allowed in. That's illegal. Well, I don't know if it's illegal. I know. I don't know if it's illegal, but that's not part of the program. You're there to hear from the parents. You're there to hear from the students. And apparently they did come out after their closed door meeting and they read the names of the victims. That's all they did. They didn't talk about what they're going to do to change their security. They didn't talk about anything. Literally, it was a waste of time, and a lot of those parents that showed up were not even allowed in. That says something too, the school board meeting.
But I don't know who it was, maybe not the sheriff, the one guy who came on right after the shootings.
Right, he kept going, I wasn't there, but this is what I heard.
Yeah, but he kind of put them, he's like, listen, they screwed this up. I don't know what they did. He went on, that guy took responsibility. And I was like, I'm proud for him taking responsibility. Now they're trying to cover it up.
Guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. And then we found out that he actually was the one that called that.
Oh, so that was the guy.
Yes, yes.
That's what's so confusing.
Yeah, that's why everyone's confused, because they're hearing 6 different
at first they took responsibility, and now it's like, I don't know. They really screwed that up.
They said that he showed up to the scene without a police radio.
Yeah, he had no radio. I mean, but you're also around how many other police officers with their radios going off. Yes, it's incompetent of him to show up without it, but he knew what was going on.
This is your job.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And it's just like,
what was his... I don't know. What was he thinking? Like, you heard the gunshots, right?
You don't.
It's a kid in there. You have 19 other guys. What do you think? Go in there.
And they all just went to... Welcome back. It is Pride Month. Well, a lot of baseball teams, they do host Pride games where they welcome members of the LGBTQ plus community. But check this out. 5 players from the Tampa Bay Rays refused to wear the Rainbow Pride logos on their uniforms. They said their religious beliefs wouldn't allow it, but they're insisting that they're still welcoming. These are the Pride logos that all the other players on the team wore. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Jeff? You're shaking your head.
I think they should do what they want, right? They're obviously making a statement, right? They're saying they're welcoming, but are they welcoming? So, but I agree with the fact that if they have a certain belief in their heart or whatever it is, it might be wrong to the community. That's what they believe, right? And if you go against, you got to be in 100%. Otherwise, you're labeled homophobic, transphobic. If I say, man, I don't know about women in Olympic sports that are transgender, that's because you're transphobic. Whoa, I'm just trying to put a statement out there to have a conversation. But if you go against anything, right, you're labeled homophobic. I think it's their right to do what they want, but they're obviously sending a message at the same time.
Erica, what do you think?
I like to know my enemy. Like, I don't want to guess if I should be nice to you when you're clearly committed to being to me. Like, I like to know. That being said, I think that this is a very public display, and you're, again, talking out of both sides of your mouth. This is what I have an issue with. It's just that maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus, who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would obtain from that behavior. So if you're gay, you don't know Jesus? Like, is that what it, because basically you're saying, oh, everyone's welcome, but also you're going to audit people's Christianity and say because of you're in the LGBTQIA plus category, you don't know Jesus. Right. Okay, so you're welcome, but not with my Jesus.
I'm glad you said that. Remember Grace Baldridge? She's known as Semler. She's the #1 Christian artist on the charts right now, still with her new album. She's queer. Her dad's a pastor, and she's redefining that whole thing that Erica just described. Because she's a devout Christian. She not only speaks it, but she shows it, and that's what it's about. I'm sick of Christians, and let me tell you, I come from a family of faith, but I'm sick of people saying one thing and then not acting another way. What were you going to say? Sorry, go ahead.
No, no. What I was thinking about is I feel like we're looking at this as either people that have something on the uniform or some people that don't. But I think that there's some people, especially the kind of generation that raised me, they're not into symbology at all. My dad probably wouldn't wear that on his uniform. My ex-mother-in-law would not have worn that on her uniform, but they would have fought fiercely for they were also in the military, but they would have fought fiercely for people's ability to live the life that they would like to.
But
some people just don't roll like that.
I understand that, but I was talking to Michael Dean, and in full transparency, he told me I could bring this up because he's openly gay, one of our producers, and I just asked him his thoughts, being a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and I know he doesn't represent everybody, but he said, you know, I have no problem with them not wearing it. That's their decision. Just don't say that you're an ally of mine.
Supportive at the same time. Right, that's where it gets confusing. Yeah. But I think that, like you said, they have every right not to. Not saying it's right or whatever. They are all sending a message. I don't think anyone from the LGBTQ community will be buying those jerseys, right? But they do have a right. And it's not, I don't like this 100% all in or you are labeled that. That's what I don't like.
Yeah. I just, you know, some people, I didn't know how much time, but like I've seen this happen a lot, and I just feel like there's a group of people that are never represented. Some people, it's inside of them. Yeah. They don't need to wear the earrings. They don't need to wear your T-shirt. True. They don't need to. It's just how they roll, and I feel like those people get lumped in with other people that are not allies, and I feel like they are two totally separate
You need to have discernment.
People. Absolutely.
I know. No one does anymore.
Al used symbology. That was a good word.
I wasn't sure if that was a word. I think that was
the word. Sold me.
Yeah,
I was like,
believe
that was
me.
a good
Al has like a Rolodex of like. I asked Al about the periodic table, which he memorized like 25 years ago, and he still knows it.
What's salt?
Salt,
SA?
Na. Oh. Na.
Wait, Sam, way to jump in there.
Salt is NaCl. It's sodium chloride.
Wow. Chris over there, our executive producer.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with Jeff Goldblum. What does he think about sharing the screen with dinosaurs?
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26 this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Baby raptor, I made a promise we would bring her home.
You made a promise to a dinosaur.
Yeah. What?
Wow, how cool is that? Welcome back. We had the chance to talk with 2 big stars from Jurassic World Dominion. You'll hear from Laura Dern later in the show, but first we have a hilarious and silly interview with the one-of-a-kind Jeff Goldblum. Take a look. Jeff Goldblum, welcome to DBL. Oh, hello.
Tori, Al, Sam, and Jeff.
Yes.
Hello. How are you? Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, I want to read one of our viewer questions because we got a lot of viewer questions who wanted to talk specifically to you. One viewer wants to know if you will be going to be shirtless. Yes, and Ian Malcolm shirtless in Jurassic World Dominion. Can you give us a scoop if that's going to happen for one of our viewers?
You are so nice. Thank you, dear viewer. I don't want to spoil. Oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. I don't want to give anything away, but oh, hey, there's a moment actually where, you know, my costume malfunction is referred to in a little moment between me and the great DeWanda Wise, whose character is introduced in this, and there's a little exchange. So I watch for that, and you'll see whether how many buttons or what happens. You'll see.
An homage.
First of all, I love that, and Jeff,
I'm going to open up a button just for
I'm going to be a little honest. I am biased because I believe that the T-Rex reveal in Jurassic Park is one of the best scenes ever, like ever. But when I looked at that, I was like, what is it like for you, Jeff, to be acting next to a life-size robotic T-Rex? It had to be weird a little bit, right?
Did it get scary?
Well, weird and scary and amazing, and you're right, I agree with you. That first scene in the first movie, thanks to Steven Spielberg, what a genius, what a giant of cinema, and he knows how to make a scene. Yeah, that is will live in my dreams forever. Well, I'll tell you, in this movie, Colin Trevorrow is a wonderful director. He mostly wanted us to act with real animatronic dinosaurs, no tennis ball and like that. So mostly they were these giant, if you've seen the movie, there are giant, amazing dinosaurs in this, and to act with them, wow. Amazing and very, very scary.
I love this guy. Jeff, how did it feel getting the original Jurassic Park trio back together for the first time in 30 years? There is a chemistry there that's like a lot of chemistry.
Good one.
Thanks.
It felt like it to me. Well, I love them. You know, the great Laura Dern and the great Sam Neill. Oh, boy. And B.D. Wong. Wonderful. B.D. Wong is back in this. I'll tell you, you know, we couldn't stop talking about, oh, my gosh, we haven't been together for, you know, on screen for these 30 years. And can you believe what happened with that first movie still? That's kind of astounding and terrific. And then we had our work cut cut out for us in this movie, and we just buckled down. We were all living together in the same hotel and kind of became even more of a bonded family, and had a great time.
They found a way. Life will find a way.
Jeff had a lot to say over here. Our Jeff.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with you.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you, everybody. Be well. I'll see you soon, I hope.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that our viewers please watch Jurassic World Dominion. We're going to be watching it. We can't wait. It premieres June 9th in theaters. Thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm, knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence.
You can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
Welcome back. Everyone loves winning things. Well, scammers know this. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. There are many legitimate sweepstakes out there, but you need to watch out for prize scammers. They will reach out to you by phone, email, or mail, congratulating you for winning a prize. But the red flag is that they will request that you pay a fee or send personal information to claim it. You should never send money or provide financial information to receive a prize. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-353-8940 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. I like Erica saying about prizes.
Oh, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah. I wish I could take ownership over that.
I love it. I've like repeated it twice, but it's not the same.
And
when
you
I
definitely
say
screwed it up.
Always, always. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Our interview with another big star from Jurassic World Dominion, Laura Dern. What was it like being back on set with all of her old castmates? And Prince Louis is at it again, but now Kate's parenting style is in question. We're going to explain next.
More than 21,000 people have signed a petition calling on the Internal Revenue Service to revoke the National Rifle Association's tax-exempt status. One tweet about its exemption has more than 56,000 likes. And Verify viewer Kimberly sent us this question.
Hey, Verify, is the NRA tax-exempt?
So, let's verify. Does the NRA have tax-exempt status? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and the NRA. The NRA is the nation's largest gun owners organization and is classified as a 501c4 or social welfare organization. The IRS says this status is for nonprofit groups that mostly exist to lobby or advocate for a cause. This is not the same thing as a charity. A charity can accept tax-deductible donations, but is generally not allowed to lobby. A social welfare organization can't accept tax-deductible donations, but is allowed to lobby. Both are considered nonprofits by the IRS, which means they're exempt from federal taxes. So, yes, the NRA does have tax-exempt status. 501c4s are common and include nonprofits like AARP, the Miss America organization, and some volunteer fire departments. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Y'all just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Stephanie Jones, yes, is here to give us the inside scoop on the Queen's Jubilee, which came to a close yesterday. So the 4-day royal event ended a lot like it began, with a photo op. Yesterday, the Queen made a surprise appearance, posing for photos on the balcony at Buckingham Palace. And last Thursday, she kicked off her celebration on the same balcony, standing with all acting royals. So to get a recap of all the royal festivities, we've got our own British insider, Stephanie Jones. So Steph, what were the big highlights over the weekend?
All right, wow. Do you guys remember that I told you there was going to be a special guest that was riding in the Queen's golden carriage?
Yes.
Well, now we know who it was. It was a hologram of the Queen herself.
Wow.
But this is really cool because it was
cool.
made from the day she was crowned 70 years ago, and they projected the image onto the windows, and the hologram waved to fans as it's made its way through the streets. Now, this hologram was epic, but let's be honest.
That makes me emotional.
It's really cute. So she was 26 years old there. Isn't that amazing? The day she got coronated. It's really cool.
Coronation ball. That's from Frozen. The coronation
cool.
ball. And
I
sorry,
think
go
they've
ahead.
used that term before that movie.
But as much as Queen Lizzie, you know, looked epic, and that it was the kids that really stole the show. So first up, we've got Princess Charlotte. She twinned with the Queen while she was waving to the crown. So she watched her great-grandma wave, and then she starts mimicking her. So sweet. Aww. And then Charlotte's older brother, Prince George, got his own viral moment during the concert on Saturday night. Take a look.
That's embarrassing.
That's so cute. Oh, Jeff.
Jeff said it was embarrassing.
Oh, come on. He's just singing. He's having a little sing-song, Jeff.
Now, this is embarrassing.
So now this, let's check out this. The youngest prince has got everybody talking. So Prince Louis was caught making a bunch of faces at his mom while they watched the Platinum Jubilee pageant. So you can see these ones are really cute, but look at that. That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? So I've got to ask the parents on the panel, what would you do if literally the entire world, millions of people are watching you and your little kid's like, shut up? Can you imagine?
I think every parent relates, though. And we've all had our kids at one time or another do something crazy. Yes, it's behind closed doors, but...
He is cute, though. Doesn't he give you Mega Harry vibes?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He is so cute.
The Revenge of the Harry.
What is this move? Is this the na-na-na-na-na? Is that what that is?
We're skipping over the bigger issue.
What?
And that he put his hand over his mom's mouth.
Yeah, that's
a part
of
That is a level.
Yeah, no.
But by 4 years old, I knew that was not happening. I don't know anybody. If I saw that happen in public, I would ask the parent if they were okay.
No.
Because
I thought she handled it
that's
really,
crazy.
really well.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Sam.
The hand over the mouth?
Reaching their hand towards your face and saying, be quiet now?
You don't know what happened. I don't want to criticize any parent out there. It's hard enough being a parent. I'm not going to criticize her.
I don't think this is a criticism of her.
It sounds like it.
No, I think this is all of us tapping into our own experiences in the households that we were raised in and knowing what the ramifications for something like that is. We're just comparing. We're not criticizing.
Well, another big story this weekend, J-Lo crying at the MTV Movie Awards. The actress received the Generation Award and gave a moving acceptance speech. Take a look.
I want to thank the people who gave me joy and the ones who broke my heart, the ones who were true and the ones who lied to me. I want to thank True Love. I want to thank all the people who told me to my face or when I wasn't in the room that I couldn't do this. I really don't think I could have done it without you.
Aw, well, we got to talk about the fashion though, okay? Steph, you're our fashion expert. Break it down for us.
All right, well, Sam, do you know why J-Lo was crying? Because more than half of the audience was dressed completely awfully. It clearly All right, so let's start off with the good ones. We've got to start with the good ones. So J-Lo, of course, she stunned us.
Love that.
In a black leather corset. The plunging neckline is epic. The column skirt with the hip cutouts. I mean, she's like a fine wine. She gets better with age. She's amazing. And check out actress Vanessa Hudgens. So she hosted the show, but this red carpet look was unbelievable. Then we've got Real Housewife Garcelle looking stunning as she walked the red carpet with her twin sons.
Ooh, Erica, what do you think?
I like it. Meredith Marks wore this, something similar in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion.
See, I knew
but
Erica
I think the purple, is giving.
And then we saw Lisa Rinna. She looked amazing in crushed velvet. But we've got to talk about the misses if we've got some time, because I hate to say it, but the Housewives, they were the only two that came dressing to impress. The rest was a mess. Bethany Frankel, what is happening? I hate it. Erica Jane in this oversized neon pink suit.
Oh, yeah.
The matching gloves are horrendous. I don't know who put them in them. Gives me weird bondage vibes. You should be washing up at home, not on a red carpet. They really need to be burned. And then I don't know if Bravo sent out an email about neon coats and suits, but this chick, look at her, Tamara Judge. She looks like she should have, she's forgotten her pants for one, and she should never have worn that colour. Teddy Mellencamp was in this beaded pink number. She looks like she should be on Dancing with the Stars. It's awful. And Adriana Maddox. Okay, we've got more. I love it. We couldn't decide here whether or not to go with fishnets, glitter, feathers, but she's literally got a pair of knickers on underneath that, and that's it. And it's so unflattering. And those shoes look like they're from the 90s, but in a bad way.
Giving it to her. I like it.
Celia, man, what is going on? It's shocking. It's shocking you're on a red carpet with J-Lo. These people have got a budget. They're like the Housewives. They've got a budget, but they don't look like it. You look like you've all gone rummaging through second-hand bins, and it's awful.
That was me this weekend.
It's awful. You're on a carpet with J-Lo.
I know. Coming up on DBL, we talked with Jeff Goldblum early in the show, and up next is Laura Dern. What did she have to say about reuniting with her Jurassic Park co-stars 30 years later? Thanks to Stephanie Jones.
Closed captioning provided by...
And I said, Saturday, no one's here.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get. Right. We're gonna be real. Let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
That's what people want.
Okay. So, with Steph, stick around. I want to ask you more questions. So, we just went over the whole MTV Movie Awards. Was it MTV Movie or Music?
Movie and TV Awards.
Movie and TV Awards. Okay. So Steph was not feeling everybody's looks, and I have to agree with her. I don't think any of the housewives stood out. I was surprised about Ariana Madix. She's from, do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
I do not.
Okay. So she's from Vanderpump Rules, and she actually typically has really good style.
No, absolutely. I have seen other pictures of her. I think she's absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
But if you actually look at the photograph, honestly, it's like fishnets and she's wearing knickers underneath, and it's really not okay.
What did you think of J-Lo's look, though?
I
You
thought
really
she was
did like that.
Stunning,
Okay.
stunning. This is the thing, right? I don't mind Desperate Housewives, the housewives in general, they're fine. But this is J-Lo, and like the levels we're talking about are like mega A-list and D, if that. So, come on, wear more than a pair of knickers. Like,
Yeah, J-Lo brought it. You're absolutely right.
Weird bondage vibes.
Right.
Like,
I was
it's those
surprised with Erica
gloves.
Jane's look because I feel like Erica Jane usually brings it.
Yeah.
So Erica knows all about the
no.
Housewives. She watches every franchise.
Incredible. They've got some serious cash
I'm
to
not
wear
a huge
some
fan of
mega
Bethany's
outfits.
style, typically.
Well, Bethany just seemed off-brand. It was a little too sweet for
Yeah.
what she normally would go for.
Yeah.
She's generally a little bit more structured.
Oh, yeah.
She pulls off androgyny well.
Yes.
But
What did you say about Garcelle? I'm curious.
So Garcelle, I'm curious if it was the same designer as Meredith Marks from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because she wore a teal version of something very similar, and people really roasted her about it for the reunion. So I'm wondering if it's the same designer.
If our world's gonna survive, what matters is what we do now.
I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
Ooh, welcome back. Her role in Jurassic Park as paleontologist Ellie Sattler made her a hit movie star, and now she's back for the latest film of the franchise, Jurassic World Dominion. Check out our interview with the wonderful Laura Dern. The Laura Dern, welcome to DBL. So now that you've had almost 30 years to make up your mind, the question everybody wants answered, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I might still have to say the Triceratops from the original Jurassic Park.
Yes. I know that wasn't real, but you touching his eye and the deal, it was so real. Great job on that.
It was emotional.
It really was amazing. All right, you delivered one of the most, or some of the most iconic lines from the original movie. One was, "We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back."
Yup.
We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back.
My favorite is,
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
so how does Jurassic World Dominion continue flipping the script on gender roles and sexism? Because it's kind of a feminist movie in a way.
Well, bless you for saying it. We wanted this female partner and equal in this action film, which was very rare at the time.
Yeah, 93.
And with the lines that I was privileged to get to say. And with Bryce Dallas Howard and now DeWanda Wise, it's a gorgeous thing to be in this film with really extraordinary, strong, badass women that feel like real equals in the storytelling.
So Laura, we talked on the show about the 20-year age gap between you and Sam Neill and what it'd be like if it was actually reversed. What made you see that relationship differently?
I'll be honest, at the time that we made that movie,
It was.
no one even thought about it.
Yeah, I know.
So what's amazing is we're having a conversation. Let's just put it this way. This junket, you guys are asking that question. When we made the first movie, no one asked me.
That's so interesting.
I was the perfect age for a, actor in his 40s.
So we have evolved.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, so we have evolved. And he's a very charming, dashing man, and I'm very lucky to be back with him, and such a beautiful actor. So I wouldn't want it any other way now that we're back together, but it is an interesting question about Hollywood.
Yes. That's, well, I have to ask you because, like in the actual movie, a hurricane hit Hawaii while you were filming the original Jurassic Park. How did that affect the cast and crew? Because I've been through a couple and they're no fun.
They are no fun. And it was close, and it was terrifying, and it made us family forever. Stephen and his wife, Kate, when my son was born, came to the hospital. Like, we're family. Because you go through something like that. And then I returned, and we all moved in together because we were in a global pandemic.
Right. Wow.
So we have experienced many things together, and this is a very deep family now with this new cast.
Stephen came to the hospital to meet my children.
Spielberg?
Too.
Yep.
Spielberg.
Sure. Good old Stephen.
Jeff Goldblum delivered my children.
I am Jeff Goldblum.
So sweet. Oh, I didn't mention, he also delivered my children also.
He's a doctor.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much for chatting with us. Be sure to watch Jurassic World Dominion premiering June 9th in theaters. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Great to see you.
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26 this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Most of us are guilty of not always telling the truth, and people lie for many different reasons. So how do you know if someone's lying? Confidence coach and body language expert Karen Donaldson joins us live to clue us in.
Yeah. Karen, let's jump.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Let's jump right in, Karen. What are the most common reasons people lie? And is it ever okay to lie? Does this just make me look fat? No.
Really good questions. Here's the reality. Most people want to appear confident. They want to appear likable, and they want to fit in, right? So a lot of people lie. Research actually shows that 60% of people during a 10-minute conversation actually lie. And to answer your question, it is never okay to lie, whether you think it's a white lie or if it's a huge lie. The reality is this: we always hear it. honesty is actually the best policy. It just comes down to how you deliver the information. When someone asks the question, do I look fat in a dress? How do you think you look?
Oh.
Right? You can redirect the question, or you can say, you look good, but I like the red one better. Got it?
Not in my house.
Yeah, always offer the upgrade, now, how can you tell if someone is lying?
Definitely. There's a lot of, or I'll go through a few, but there's a lot of body language gestures that you can look at. So if you're having a conversation, you ask the question to someone or ask a question to someone, if they instantly look away and they no longer look you in the face, that could be a signal that what they're saying is not true. Another one is this, when they quickly bite their lip, bring it in, that's them showcasing that they're holding back something that they want to say. So it might be a lie. The other one that we often will see, but we don't know what it means, is rapid blinking. All of a sudden, rapid blinking happens. So we blink on a regular basis. However, rapid blinking signals stress or someone feeling nervous on the inside. And the last one is this. If someone's verbal communication, what they're saying, does not match their gestures, that is huge. So I'm saying yes, but all of a sudden I'm like, everything's fine.
Right.
Right? So non-alignment there.
So you say that a great example of this kind of behavior is how R. Kelly responded during Gayle King's interview. So let's take a look at that.
When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim
I'm just
card.
telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
and I apologize for that,
No,
is
no,
because
no,
this
no.
is the first time I was able to say
speak.
something.
So you want to see that alignment there.
So he's saying, I'm telling the truth.
Correct.
I'm telling
the truth.
He looked away too, right?
That's what I
You got it.
noticed.
There's a couple of gestures too. The quick look away. And the whole thing is this. Like, when you are telling the truth, you're like, listen to me. Like, you want someone to believe you. You never break eye contact. So the look away, joint with that. And we call those clusters of gestures that will really indicate, and there's a higher indication when you see 2 or 3 gestures that align that say that someone's lying as well.
I guess my question is it good to call somebody out when you catch them in a lie? And maybe is there a tactful way to go about doing this so you don't start World War III?
Definitely no World War IIIs. The key thing is this. You get to decide. So you have to ask yourself, how important is a relationship, or how important is you getting to the truth? And here's how you want to do it. First thing is you want to ensure that they're lying. So check your facts. Number 2, you should do it in private. No one needs to be embarrassed. Number 3, and this is a big one, if you're calling someone out, you need to stay calm and check your emotions. You cannot match anger with anger and try to get to the bottom of things. The next thing is literally state what the lie is, then pause and allow the other person an opportunity to actually explain themselves. Because at times we might actually see that it's a misunderstanding, or I may have looked on social media and the time was wrong because you said you were relaxing or you were sick and you couldn't go out, and then I see you online doing something else. So you want to kind of go through those steps, and the fact checking is really key as well.
Wow, good tips, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you so much, Karen. DBL Nation, Karen is holding online confidence camps, and you can find out more by visiting KarenDonaldsoninc.com. Thank you so much, Karen. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence,
you can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
That's hilarious.
Birthday song from a radio station in Chicago with DJ Mike Love, Jeff and Erica.
And it is.
Yes, know that very, very well. So before we go, we gotta wish Jeff a happy belated birthday.
Oh,
we know you
yes.
celebrated over the weekend, but we want to celebrate you here, Jeff. So let's take a look back at some of our favorite Big Jeff moments.
Welcome back.
Is today your birthday?
Yeah, it is. You know it is. Today is our very first day live on television. If you take someone's sandwich, forget it. Like that, then you know what we're gonna have for lunch the next day? A knuckle sandwich. All right, you want me to put somebody on blast right now?
Yeah.
Nordic Track. Don't woo over there. Don't woo over there. You call me Jiffy Poo and we have nicknames. It's like, listen, your nickname is my ex-girlfriend. Beat it. Get real. Get real. Let's get real. Get real. It was about mansplaining and I wanted to man quiet. And in my head, I go, I hate you and everything that you stand for. And then I sign it, and I'm like, have a good one. No, we're not gonna go to next week. Raise the roof.
Yes.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That wasn't going on in my head. I've eaten couch crumbs before.
I know.
I can't wait to make love to a piece of cheese. If I had the opportunity to be James Bond and it was Bond or marriage,
I just wonder.
Sometimes you be tripping, Al.
I be tripping?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Get up, sleepyhead.
Blue team, I have nothing for you.
That's all right, we have each other. That's all right.
The cowl neck. Cowl neck. Cowl.
You know what this panel needs is more cowl neck. Tori?
Jeff?
Welcome back to DBL. We've all heard, the bird's the word. Welcome back to DBL. The very same people that were shutting the door on Donnie Jeff, Donnie. But when you say something, I totally forgot what I was saying. I wanted to make, which I totally forgot right now. And I'm your host, super sexy Ryan Seacrest. Okay, well, I feel like running out of the studio. Wow! I can't believe I still have a job after that.
That was great. Seeing you first day, season 1.
Oh,
and
man.
here we are, bro.
And a two-man crew. We need to bring it back.
We need to. We're going to start a petition. But, man.
A petition?
Yeah, amongst us.
Just talk to your producer over there.
But we want to start the petition and show there's people behind it.
I bet there's a lot of people behind it. I got to get to the next beat, but go ahead.
This is also the day that we all came together because this was our audition week, or like the first day of our audition was Jeff's birthday, and we celebrated together. And the people that celebrated are here right now.
That's crazy.
We also, though, really quickly have a little belated birthday surprise for you. Take a look. Watch.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Daddy.
Aww.
Daddy, I hope you have a good day at work.
So cute. That makes me cry. I didn't even know you guys were going to do all that. Thank you. This is beautiful. 5 years. I can't believe we've been doing this. I love you guys, and thank you for that.
You're such a good dad, too. We love you. Happy birthday. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, wow. The best. This is crazy. Yes.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy. Whew. All right, no, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood. What? Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Another weekend of mass shootings across America as a Uvalde mom who ran into the school during that attack speaks out about police trying to shut her up. Several MLB players opt out of wearing Pride Night uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? A blast from the past with the Queen showing up to the Jubilee as her younger self in hologram form. Plus, Prince Louis is at it again with his antics. And Jeff Goldblum and Lord Dern return to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, we haven't been together for, on screen for these 30 years.
It made us family forever.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
No.
Y'all just stop.
Finally here, drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Well, I hate opening the show with this, but this is our reality here in this country. There were at least 13 more mass shootings over the weekend, leaving 12 people dead. In Philadelphia, you can see people running for their lives after multiple gunmen opened fire on a crowded street. 3 people died, 13 people were injured. In Chattanooga, 3 people were killed after a shooting outside a nightclub. Now, those are just 2 of them. I have a very long list of shootings that happened just over the weekend. There were others in Arizona. In fact, that was a 14-year-old girl. that died. South Carolina, Texas, Nebraska, Virginia, Kentucky, Georgia, Michigan, and New York. So what are we going to do about this? Well, a new CBS poll shows that a majority of Americans support gun restrictions. In fact, 81% favor background checks on all potential gun buyers, 72% support a federal red flag law, and 62% support a ban on the AR-15 semi-automatic. So that ban on semi-automatic weapons was the closest. So we want to hear from DBL Nation, please. What do you think? Do you support a ban on assault weapons like these? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Erica, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's shocking because we look at all of these deaths and, you know, we're looking at people who are being targeted for race. We're looking at children being sacrificed, and that's how I feel about it. It also tells us how much money is really going down when it comes to gun lobby and the antithesis of gun control. You know, I've said before, I'm a responsible gun owner. I am very much in favor of sensible gun control laws. That makes sense to me. But after a couple of years, 2.5 years, in a pandemic, we see that we are so divided, and it's not only divided based on some type of like border system, state to state, like we're divided amongst our neighborhoods. Like we can't come to terms with the idea of having this conversation, a common sense conversation about common sense gun control. And much like 2.5 years ago when everyone was arguing over what the proper protocol would be in the middle of a pandemic and people wanted to have their own freedoms and liberties respected, but at the cost of a lot of human lives, this to me is no different.
Yeah, the one thing that you said struck me is common sense, right? Just some logical laws put into place. So if you do have a mental issue and someone wrongs you or you have something on your mind, you can't go out and get an assault rifle within 24 hours. We're not saying take away guns. We have to stop this all or nothing conversation. We're just saying, hey, we're going to put some restrictions, put some limitations on that, make it a little bit more difficult. If you really want one, you're responsible. You'll pass this test, and then you'll get it in due time. That's all. You could still have them, but to get if I have a mental issue and then go out and be able to get 2 assault weapons and then do what they did in Uvalde a week later.
The problem is 90% of the country agree with you. It's the Congress people that are taking money for their best interests. Those are the people that we're going to have to weed out, and it's going to take some time. Do you change the way that you go out? I wanted to ask you this because you're a very pragmatic person. So when you go to a movie theater, when you're out with your children, has all these recent shootings, or have you always been that way? Does it change the way you function?
I wouldn't say it changes the way I function, but I noticed that things are different. A couple weeks ago, it was random. I was supposed to go to LA and I couldn't because of weather, so I stayed in town and I went to a Nordstrom Rack that's around here. You know, we like to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Love it.
And it was the week that Buffalo had occurred. It was the first time I noticed on like a sleepy Friday night in a Nordstrom Rack where there was maybe 30 people in the store. There were 2 armed police officers in uniform at the Nordstrom Rack, the one on Colorado. And it was noticeable, you know, like, what are they doing? And it just hit me that these soft targets that we're talking about, you know, everybody's like, well, let's shore up schools. Well, we have to do churches and movie theaters and TJ Maxx, all these kinds of, so it's like, we're trying to kind of handle this situation now that the fire is spreading. We're trying to put out the little fires rather than deal with the main fire. And that's the fact that until we do something about the senators that continue to filibuster and block gun reform, we're going to do these stories all the time, Sam. So lock in, get ready to read those states that you just read so eloquently, because it's going to be a regular thing until we decide.
I don't think so. I think things are changing. I think people are getting out there, and this is becoming a single voter issue.
I think the midterms will show a lot.
I will have to wait and see. I really hope it does. Let's see what our viewers think. 82% of you say yes, you do support a ban on assault weapons. I think that speaks volumes too. So make sure that you vote for a candidate that has common sense gun policies. Okay, so we do have an update on the school shooting in Texas. This Uvalde mom is now saying police are warning her to stop telling her story, or else she'll be charged with a probation violation for obstruction of justice. Now, if you remember, during the shooting, she was handcuffed by police after begging them to rescue her kids. Can you imagine? Well, once her handcuffs were off, she was the mom that still jumped over the fence and saved her 2 sons. So this funeral home worker also is speaking out about the police response. He witnessed the gunman crash his truck, and then he went to go help. But then the gunman opened fire, ran into the school, and this worker says says he was prepared to confront the gunman with his own gun, but then the police told him to stop. Okay, so okay, you're shaking your head. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know what the cover-up is, right? Like, they totally blew it. They messed up. 21 people died. Right, they screwed up. Instead of just saying we screwed up, we went through our safety protocols, what we were supposed to do. The fight or flight response kicked in, and I got it wrong. And now these lives are on my hands. But instead, they appoint him to like some what did he have? He got appointed over the weekend, right? Like to a government position
city council, yes.
Or a council. It's like, what is going on, man? What is going on? And then you're stopping people from wanting to go in there. The heroes that wanted to go in there. You're telling them no and putting them in handcuffs. They really messed this up.
That police department, Erica, just completed an active shooter drill with the state money because they receive 40% of the funding in Uvalde. That's all. 40% goes to that police department. So you don't owe any of your constituents any sort of explanation here?
Well, of course, an explanation is owed, and also a complete dismantlement of whatever government is happening in that town. It's interesting to me that we talk out of both sides of our mouths because it's like, if a bad guy has a gun, then a good guy has a gun. Well, there was your good guy who was shot at.
Plural.
And, went back in to get his gun in order to, can you imagine that? Like, you just got shot at, and you ran to get your gun to follow the shooter, and you get stopped? Who knows what would have happened? That mother being threatened, like she's the one who did it. Like this was her responsibility. Like she's the only one out of all those adults standing around that jumped in and ran to get her children. And now she's being threatened to not say anything? Why can't she share her story? That is her testimony.
I think this is one of the biggest scandals in the last 10 years in terms of the lies that were told and the lives that were lost and the fallout from that, and the fact that they have been allowed to, at one point, like the sheriff, he just stopped answering questions. Like he just no-showed. He left for like a couple days and just wasn't picking his phone up until they caught him like trying to sneak into his office. I cannot believe this has been allowed to occur. I think that there should be criminal charges filed.
Yes.
Criminal negligence.
There is an investigation.
Yes. I think we got it all. I think we know.
Well, and how many other injustices occurred over the years that we're not aware of, considering that we're seeing how they're behaving in this incident, right?
Yeah, let's throw witness intimidation on top of that as well.
Right, exactly. Oh, wow. Well, coming up on DBL, several professional baseball players take a stand against wearing Pride logos on their uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? Plus, our interview with the wonderful Jeff Goldblum. He's telling us all about Jurassic World Dominion. And the Queen as a hologram? We'll explain her high-tech appearance at the Jubilee.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day. Hello, hello. Also, something that's getting a lot of buzz in regard to Uvalde is the school board meeting, had their meeting on Friday. That's supposed to be open to all the parents, right? The school board meeting represents the students and their parents. That's what they're there for. They closed the doors. No one was allowed in. That's illegal. Well, I don't know if it's illegal. I know. I don't know if it's illegal, but that's not part of the program. You're there to hear from the parents. You're there to hear from the students. And apparently they did come out after their closed door meeting and they read the names of the victims. That's all they did. They didn't talk about what they're going to do to change their security. They didn't talk about anything. Literally, it was a waste of time, and a lot of those parents that showed up were not even allowed in. That says something too, the school board meeting.
But I don't know who it was, maybe not the sheriff, the one guy who came on right after the shootings.
Right, he kept going, I wasn't there, but this is what I heard.
Yeah, but he kind of put them, he's like, listen, they screwed this up. I don't know what they did. He went on, that guy took responsibility. And I was like, I'm proud for him taking responsibility. Now they're trying to cover it up.
Guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. And then we found out that he actually was the one that called that.
Oh, so that was the guy.
Yes, yes.
That's what's so confusing.
Yeah, that's
I don't
why everyone's
understand.
confused because they're hearing 6 different.
Yeah.
Like
at first they took
versions.
responsibility, and now it's like, I don't know. They really screwed that up.
They said that he showed up to the scene without a police radio.
Yeah, he had no radio. I mean, but you're also around how many other police officers with their radios going off. Yes, it's incompetent of him to show up without it, but he knew what was going on.
This is your job.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And it's just like,
what was his, I don't know, what was he thinking? Like, you heard the gunshots, right?
You don't.
It's a kid in there. You have 19 other guys. What are you thinking? Go in there.
Welcome back. It is Pride Month. Well, a lot of baseball teams, they do host Pride games where they welcome members of the LGBTQ plus community. But check this out. 5 players from the Tampa Bay Rays refused to wear the Rainbow Pride logos on their uniforms. They said their religious beliefs wouldn't allow it, but they're insisting that they're still welcoming. These are the Pride logos that all the other players on the team wore. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Jeff? You're shaking your head.
I think they should do what they want, right? They're obviously making a statement, right? They're saying they're welcoming, but are they welcoming? So, but I agree with the fact that if they have a certain belief in their heart or whatever it is, it might be wrong to the community. That's what they believe, right? And if you go against, you got to be in 100%. Otherwise, you're labeled homophobic, transphobic. If I say, man, I don't know about women in Olympic sports that are transgender, that's because you're transphobic. Whoa, I'm just trying to put a statement out there to have a conversation. But if you go against anything, right, you're labeled homophobic. I think it's their right to do what they want, but they're obviously sending a message at the same time.
Erica, what do you think?
I like to know my enemy. Like, I don't want to guess if I should be nice to you when you're clearly committed to being to me. Like, I like to know. That being said, I think that this is a very public display, and you're, again, talking out of both sides of your mouth. This is what I have an issue with. It's just that maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus, who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would obtain from that behavior. So if you're gay, you don't know Jesus? Like, is that what it, because basically you're saying, oh, everyone's welcome, but also you're going to audit people's Christianity and say because of you're in the LGBTQIA plus category, you don't know Jesus. Right. Okay, so you're welcome, but not with my Jesus.
I'm glad you said that. Remember Grace Baldridge? She's known as Semler. She's the #1 Christian artist on the charts right now, still with her new album. She's queer. Her dad's a pastor, and she's redefining that whole thing that Erica just described. Because she's a devout Christian. She not only speaks it, but she shows it, and that's what it's about. I'm sick of Christians, and let me tell you, I come from a family of faith, but I'm sick of people saying one thing and then not acting another way. What were you going to say? Sorry, go ahead.
No, no. What I was thinking about is I feel like we're looking at this as either people that have something on the uniform or some people that don't. But I think that there's some people, especially the kind of generation that raised me, they're not into symbology at all. My dad probably wouldn't wear that on his uniform. My ex-mother-in-law would not have worn that on her uniform, but they would have fought fiercely for they were also in the military, but they would have fought fiercely for people's ability to live the life that they would like to.
But
some people just don't roll like that.
And I understand that, but
Right.
I was talking to Michael Dean, and in full transparency, he told me I could bring this up because he's openly gay, one of our producers, and I just asked him his thoughts, being a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and I know he doesn't represent everybody, but he said, you know, I have no problem with them not wearing it. That's their decision. Just don't say that you're an ally of mine.
Supportive at the same time. Right, that's where it gets confusing. Yeah. But I think that, like you said, they have every right not to. Not saying it's right or whatever. They're all sending a message. I don't think anyone from the LGBTQ community will be buying those jerseys, right? But they do have a right. And it's not, I don't like this 100% all in or you are labeled that. That's what I don't like.
Yeah. I just, you know, some people, I didn't know how much time, but like I've seen this happen a lot, and I just feel like there's a group of people that are never represented. Some people, it's inside of them. Yeah. They don't need to wear the earrings. They don't need to wear your T-shirt. They don't need to. It's just how they roll, and I feel like those people get lumped in with other people that are not allies, and I feel like they're two totally separate
you need to have discernment.
Absolutely.
I know. No one does anymore.
Al used symbology. That was a good word.
I wasn't sure if that was a word. I think that was the word.
Sold me.
Yeah,
I was like,
believe me. Al has like a Rolodex of like. I asked Al about the periodic table, which he memorized like 25 years ago, and he still knows it.
Yeah, what's salt?
Salt.
SA?
Oh. Na.
Wait, Sam, way to jump in there.
Salt is NaCl. It's sodium chloride.
Wow. Chris over there, our executive producer.
Is it? He's like, yeah.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with Jeff Goldblum. What does he think about sharing the screen with dinosaurs?
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26 this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Baby raptor? I made a promise we would bring her home.
You made a promise to a dinosaur?
Yeah. What?
Wow, how cool is that? Welcome back. We had the chance to talk with 2 big stars from Jurassic World Dominion. You'll hear from Laura Dern later in the show, but first we have a hilarious and silly interview with the one-of-a-kind Jeff Goldblum. Take a look. Jeff Goldblum, welcome to DBL. Oh, hello.
Tori, Al, Sam, and Jeff.
Yes.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, I want to read one of our viewer questions because we got a lot of viewer questions who wanted to talk specifically to you. One viewer wants to know if you will be going to be shirtless. Yes, an Ian Malcolm shirtless in Jurassic World Dominion. Can you give us a scoop if that's going to happen for one of our viewers?
You are so nice. Thank you, dear viewer. I don't want to spoil. Oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. I don't want to give anything away, but oh, hey, there's a moment actually where, you know, my costume malfunction is referred to in a little moment between me and the great DeWanda Wise, whose character is introduced in this, and there's a little exchange. So I watch for that, and you'll see whether how many buttons or what happens. You'll see.
An homage.
First of all, I love that, and Jeff,
I'm going to open up a button just for this.
I'm going to be a little honest.
Good
I am
idea.
biased because I believe that the T-Rex reveal in Jurassic Park is one of the best scenes ever, like ever. But when I looked at that, I was like, what is it like for you, Jeff, to be acting next to a life-size robotic T-Rex? It had to be weird a little bit, right?
Did it get scary?
Well, weird and scary and amazing, and you're right, I agree with you. That first scene in the first movie, thanks to Steven Spielberg, what a genius, what a giant of cinema, and he knows how to make a scene. Yeah, that is will live in my dreams forever. Well, I'll tell you, in this movie, Colin Trevorrow is a wonderful director. He mostly wanted us to act with real animatronic dinosaurs, no tennis ball and like that. So mostly they were these giant, if you've seen the movie, there are giant, amazing dinosaurs in this, and to act with them, wow. Amazing and very, very scary.
I love this guy. Jeff, how did it feel getting the original Jurassic Park trio back together for the first time in 30 years? There is a chemistry there that's like a lot of chemistry.
Good one.
Thanks.
It felt like it to me. Well, I love them. You know, the great Laura Dern and the great Sam Neill. Oh, boy. And B.D. Wong. Wonderful. B.D. Wong is back in this. I'll tell you, you know, we couldn't stop talking about, oh, my gosh, we haven't been together for, you know, on screen for these 30 years. And can you believe what happened with that first movie still? That's kind of astounding and terrific. And then we had our work cut out for us in this movie, and we just buckled down. We were all living together in the same hotel and kind of became even more of a bonded family, and had a great time.
They found a way. Life will find a way.
Jeff had a lot to say over here. Our Jeff.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with you.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Jeff,
be well. I'll see you soon, I hope.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that our viewers please watch Jurassic World Dominion. We're going to be watching it. We can't wait. It premieres June 9th in theaters. Thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
guys. Appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence,
you can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
Welcome back. Everyone loves winning things. Well, scammers know this. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. There are many legitimate sweepstakes out there, but you need to watch out for prize scammers. They will reach out to you by phone, email, or mail, congratulating you for winning a prize. But the red flag is that they will request that you pay a fee or send personal information to claim it. You should never send money or provide financial information to receive a prize. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-353-8940 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. I like Erica saying about prizes.
Oh, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah. I wish I could take ownership over that.
I love it. I've repeated it twice, but it's not the same.
And you definitely screwed it up.
Always. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Our interview with another big star from Jurassic World Dominion, Laura Dern. What was it like being back on set with all of her old castmates? And Prince Louis is at it again, but now Kate's parenting style is in question. We're going to explain next.
More than 21,000 people have signed a petition calling on the Internal Revenue Service to revoke the National Rifle Association's tax-exempt status. One tweet about its exemption has more than 56,000 likes. And Verify viewer Kimberly sent us this question.
Hey, Verify, is the NRA tax-exempt?
So, let's verify. Does the NRA have tax-exempt status? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and the NRA. The NRA is the nation's largest gun owners organization and is classified as a 501c4 or social welfare organization. The IRS says this status is for nonprofit groups that mostly exist to lobby or advocate for a cause. This is not the same thing as a charity. A charity can accept tax-deductible donations, but is generally not allowed to lobby. A social welfare organization can't accept tax-deductible donations, but is allowed to lobby. Both are considered nonprofits by the IRS, which means they're exempt from federal taxes. So, yes, the NRA does have tax-exempt status. 501c4s are common and include nonprofits like AARP, the Miss America organization, and some volunteer fire departments. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Stephanie Jones, yes, is here to give us the inside scoop on the Queen's Jubilee, which came to a close yesterday. So the 4-day royal event ended a lot like it began, with a photo op. Yesterday, the Queen made a surprise appearance, posing for photos on the balcony at Buckingham Palace. And last Thursday, she kicked off her celebration on the same balcony, standing with all active
acting royals. So to get a recap of all the royal festivities, we've got our own British insider, Stephanie Jones. So Steph, what were the big highlights over the weekend?
All right, wow. Do you guys remember that I told you there was going to be a special guest that was riding in the Queen's golden carriage?
Yes.
Well, now we know who it was. It was a hologram of the Queen herself.
Wow.
But this is really cool because it was made from the day she was crowned 70 years ago, and they projected the image onto the windows, and the hologram waved to fans as it's made its way through the streets. Now, this hologram was epic, but let's be honest.
That makes me emotional.
It's really cute. So she was 26 years old there. Isn't that amazing? The day she got coronated. It's really cool.
Coronation ball. That's from Frozen. The coronation
cool.
ball.
I think they've used that term before that movie.
Okay. But as much as Queen Lizzie, you know, looked epic, and that it was the kids that really stole the show. So first up, we've got Princess Charlotte. She twinned with the Queen while she was waving to the crown. So she watched her great-grandma wave, and then she starts mimicking her. So sweet. Aww. And then Charlotte's older brother, Prince George, got his own viral moment during the concert on Saturday night. Take a look.
That's
and then
embarrassing.
That's so cute. Oh, Jeff.
Jeff said it was embarrassing.
Oh, come on. He's just singing. He's having a little sing-song, Jeff.
Now, this is embarrassing.
But now this, let's check out this. The youngest prince has got everybody talking. So Prince Louis was caught making a bunch of faces at his mom while they watched the Platinum Jubilee pageant. So you can see these ones are really cute, but look at that. That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? So I've got to ask the parents on the panel, what would you do if literally the entire world, millions of people are watching you, and your little kid's like, shut up?
Can
you imagine?
I think every parent relates, though. And we've all had our kids at one time or another do something crazy. Yes, it's behind closed doors, but...
He is cute, though. Doesn't he give you mega Harry vibes?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He is so cute.
The Revenge of the Harry.
What is this move? Is this the na-na-na-na-na? Is that what that is?
We're skipping over the bigger issue, and that he put his hand over his mom's mouth.
Yeah, that's
a part of a level.
Yeah, no.
But by 4 years old, I knew that was not happening. I don't know anybody. If I saw that happen in public, I would ask the parent if they were okay.
No.
Because
I thought she handled it really well.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Sam.
The hand over the mouth?
Reaching their hand towards your face and saying, be quiet now?
You don't know what happened. I don't want to criticize any parent out there. It's hard enough being a parent. I'm not going to criticize her.
I don't think this is a criticism of her.
Sounds like it.
No, I think this is all of us tapping into our own experiences in the households that we were raised in and knowing what the ramifications for something like that is. We're just comparing. We're not criticizing.
Okay. Well, another big story this weekend, J-Lo crying at the MTV Movie Awards. The actress received the Generation Award and gave a moving acceptance speech. Take a look.
I want to thank the people who gave me joy and the ones who broke my heart, the ones who were true and the ones who lied to me. I want to thank true love. I want to thank all the people who told me to my face or when I wasn't in the room that I couldn't do this. I really don't think I could have done it without you.
Aw. Well, we got to talk about the fashion now, okay? Steph, you're our fashion expert. Break it down for us.
All right, well, Sam, do you know why J-Lo was crying? Because more than half of the audience was dressed completely awfully. It clearly serious. All right, so let's start off with the good ones. We've got to start with the good ones. So J-Lo, of course, she stunned us.
Love that.
In a black leather corset. The plunging neckline is epic. The column skirt with the hip cutouts. I mean, she's like a fine wine. She gets better with age.
She does.
She's amazing. And check out actress Vanessa Hudgens. So she hosted the show, but this red carpet look was unbelievable. Then we've got Real Housewife Garcelle looking stunning as she walked the red carpet with her twin sons.
Ooh, Erica, what do you think?
I like it. Meredith Marks wore this, something similar in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion.
See, I knew
but
Erica
I think the purple, is giving.
And then we saw Lisa Rinna. She looked amazing in crushed velvet. But we've got to talk about the misses if we've got some time, because I hate to say it, but the Housewives, they were the only two that came dressing to impress. The rest was a mess. Bethany Frankel, what is happening? I hate it. Erica Jane in this oversized neon pink suit.
Oh, yeah.
The matching gloves are horrendous. I don't know who put them in them. Gives me weird bondage vibes. She should be washing up at home, not on a red carpet. They really need to be burned. And then I don't know if Bravo sent out an email about neon coats and suits, but this chick, look at her, Tamara Judge. She looks like she should have, well, she's forgotten her pants for one, and she should never have worn that colour. Teddy Mellencamp was in this beaded pink number. She looks like she should be on Dancing with the Stars. It's awful. And Adriana Maddox. Okay, we've got more. I love it. We couldn't decide here whether or not to go with fishnets, glitter, feathers, but she's literally got a pair of knickers on underneath that, and that's it. And it's so unflattering. And those shoes look like they're from the 90s, but in a bad way.
Giving it to her. I like it.
Celia, man, what is going on?
It's shocking. It's shocking you're on a red carpet with J-Lo. These people have got a budget. They're like the housewives. They've got a budget, but they don't look like it. You look like you've all gone rummaging through second-hand bins, and it's awful.
That was me this weekend.
It's awful. You were on a carpet with J-Lo.
I know. Coming up on DBL, we talked with Jeff Goldblum early in the show, and up next is Laura Dern. What did she have to say about reuniting with her Jurassic Park co-stars 30 years later? Thanks to Stephanie Jones.
Closed captioning provided by...
And I said, Saturday, no one's here.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
That's what people want.
Okay. So, Steph, stick around. I want to ask you more questions. So, we just went over the whole MTV Movie Awards. Was it MTV Movie or Music?
Movie and TV Awards.
Movie and TV Awards. Okay. So Steph was not feeling everybody's looks, and I have to agree with her. I don't think any of the housewives stood out. I was surprised about Ariana Maddox. She's from, do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
I do not.
Okay. So she's from Vanderpump Rules, and she actually typically has really good style.
No, absolutely. I have seen other pictures of her. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. Yep. But if you actually look at the photograph, honestly, it's like fishnets and she's wearing knickers underneath, and it's really not okay.
What did you think of J-Lo's look, though?
I
You
thought
really
she was
did like that.
Stunning,
Okay.
stunning. This is the thing, right? I don't mind Desperate Housewives. The housewives in general, they're fine. But this is J-Lo.
Right.
And like the levels we're talking about are like mega A-list and D, if that. So, come on, wear more than a pair of knickers. Like,
Yeah, J-Lo brought it. You're absolutely
or
right.
weird bondage vibes.
Right.
Like,
I was
those
surprised with
gloves.
Erica Jane's look because I feel like Erica Jane usually brings it.
Yeah.
So Erica knows all about the Housewives. She watches every franchise.
Incredible. They've got some serious cash to
I'm
wear
not a huge
some
fan of
mega
Bethany's
outfits.
style, typically.
Well, Bethany just seemed off-brand. It was a little too sweet for
Yeah.
what she normally would go for.
Yeah.
She's generally a little bit more structured.
Oh, yeah.
She pulls off androgyny well.
Yes.
But
What did you say about Garcelle? I'm curious.
So Garcelle, I'm curious if it was the same designer as Meredith Marks from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because she wore a teal version of something very similar, and people really roasted her about it for the reunion. So I'm wondering if it's the same designer.
If our world's gonna survive, what matters is what we do now.
I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
Ooh, welcome back. Her role in Jurassic Park as paleontologist Ellie Sattler made her a hit movie star, and now she's back for the latest film of the franchise, Jurassic World Dominion. Check out our interview with the wonderful Laura Dern. The Laura Dern, welcome to DBL. So now that you've had almost 30 years to make up your mind, the question everybody wants answered, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I
I might still have to say the Triceratops from the original Jurassic Park.
Yes. I know that wasn't real, but you touching his eye and the deal, it was so real. Great job on that.
It was emotional.
It really was amazing. All right, you delivered one of the most, or some of the most iconic lines from the original movie. One was, "We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back."
Yup.
We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back.
My favorite is,
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
so how does Jurassic World Dominion continue flipping the script on gender roles and sexism? Because it's kind of a feminist movie in a way.
Well, bless you for saying it. We wanted this female partner and equal in this action film, which was very rare at the time.
Yeah, and I agree.
With the lines that I was privileged to get to say. And with Bryce Dallas Howard and now DeWanda Wise, it's a gorgeous thing to be in this film with really extraordinary, strong, badass women that feel like real equals in the storytelling.
So Laura, we talked on the show about the 20-year age gap between you and Sam Neill and what it would be like if it was actually reversed. What made you see that relationship differently?
I'll be honest, at the time that we made that movie,
it was...
no one even thought about it.
Yeah, I know.
So what's amazing is we're having a conversation. Let's just put it this way. This junket, you guys are asking that question. When we made the first movie, no one asked me.
That's so interesting.
I was the perfect age for a, actor in his 40s.
So we have evolved.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yes, so we have evolved. And he's a very charming, dashing man, and I'm very lucky to be back with him, and such a beautiful actor. So I wouldn't want it any other way now that we're back together, but it is an interesting question about Hollywood.
Yes.
That's, well, I have to ask you because, like in the actual movie, a hurricane hit Hawaii while you were filming the original Jurassic Park. How did that affect the cast and crew? Because I've been through a couple and they're no fun.
They are no fun. And it was close, and it was terrifying, and it made us family forever. Stephen and his wife Kate, when my son was born, came to the hospital. Like, we're family. Because you go through something like that. And then I returned, and we all moved in together because we were in a global pandemic.
Right. Wow.
So we have experienced many things together, and this is a very deep family now with this new cast.
Stephen came to the hospital to meet my children.
Spielberg?
Too.
Yep,
Spielberg.
Sure. Good old Steve.
Jeff Goldblum delivered my children.
I am Jeff Goldblum.
So sweet. Oh, I didn't mention, he also delivered my children also.
He's a doctor.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much for chatting with us. Be sure to watch Jurassic World Dominion premiering June 9th in theaters. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Great to see you.
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26th this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Most of us are guilty of not always telling the truth, and people lie for many different reasons. So how do you know if someone's lying? Confidence coach and body language expert Karen Donaldson joins us live to clue us in.
Yeah. Karen, let's jump.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Let's jump right in, Karen. What are the most common reasons people lie? And is it ever okay to lie? Does this just make me look fat? No.
Really good questions. Here's the reality. Most people want to appear confident. They want to appear likable, and they want to fit in, right? So a lot of people lie. Research actually shows that 60% of people during a 10-minute conversation actually lie. And to answer your question, it is never okay to lie, whether you think it's a white lie or if it's a huge lie. The reality is this. We always hear it. Honesty is actually the best policy. It just comes down to how you deliver the information. When someone asks the question, do I look fat in a dress? How do you think you look?
Oh.
Right? You can redirect the question, or you can say, you look good, but I like the red one better. Got it?
Not in my house.
Yeah, always offer the upgrade, now, how can you tell if someone is lying?
Definitely. There's a lot of, or I'll go through a few, but there's a lot of body language gestures that you could look at. So if you're having a conversation, you ask the question to someone or ask a question to someone, if they instantly look away and they no longer look you in the face, that could be a signal that what they're saying is not true. Another one is this, when they quickly bite their lip, bring it in, that's them showcasing that they're holding back something that they want to say. So it might be a lie. The other one that we often will see, but we don't know what it means, is rapid blinking. All of a sudden, rapid blinking happens. So we blink on a regular basis. However, rapid blinking signals stress or someone feeling nervous on the inside. And the last one is this. If someone's verbal communication, what they're saying, does not match their gestures, that is huge. So I'm saying yes, but all of a sudden I'm like, everything's fine. Right? So non-alignment there.
So you say that a great example of this kind of behavior is how R. Kelly responded during Gayle King's interview. So let's take a look at that.
When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim
I'm just telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
and I apologize for that,
is
because this is the first time I was able to say something.
So you want to see that alignment there.
So he's saying, I'm telling the truth.
Correct.
And he looked away.
The truth.
He looked away too, right?
That's what I noticed.
There's a couple of gestures too. The quick look away. I mean, the whole thing is this. Like, when you are telling the truth, you're like, listen to me. Like, you want someone to believe you. You never break eye contact. So the look away, joint with that. And we call those clusters of gestures that will really indicate, and there's a higher indication when you see 2 or 3 gestures that align that say that someone's lying as well.
I guess my question is it good to call somebody out when you catch them in a lie? And maybe is there a tactful way to go about doing this so you don't start World War III?
Definitely no World War IIIs. The key thing is this. You get to decide. So you have to ask yourself, how important is a relationship, or how important is you getting to the truth? And here's how you want to do it. First thing is you want to ensure that they're lying. So check your facts. Number 2, you should do it in private. No one needs to be embarrassed. Number 3, and this is a big one, if you're calling someone out, you need to stay calm and check your emotions. You cannot match anger with anger and try to get to the bottom of things. The next thing is literally state what the lie is, then pause and allow the other person an opportunity to actually explain themselves. Because at times we might actually see that it's a misunderstanding, or I may have looked on social media and the time was wrong because you said you were relaxing or you were sick and you couldn't go out, and then I see you online doing something else. So you want to kind of go through those steps, and the fact checking is really key as well.
Wow, good tips, right?
Yeah.
Woo, thank you so much, Karen. DBL Nation, Karen is holding online confidence camps, and you can find out more by visiting KarenDonaldsonInc.com. Thank you so much, Karen. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm, knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence.
You can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Alive viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
That's hilarious.
Birthday song from a radio station in Chicago with DJ Mike Love, Jeff and Erica.
And it is.
Yes, know that very, very well. So before we go, we gotta wish Jeff a happy belated birthday.
Oh,
we know you
yes.
celebrated over the weekend, but we want to celebrate you here, Jeff. So let's take a look back at some of our favorite Big Jeff moments.
Welcome back.
Is today your birthday?
Yeah, it is. You know it is. Today is our very first day live on television. If you take someone's sandwich, forget it. Like that, then you know what we're gonna have for lunch the next day? A knuckle sandwich. All right, you want me to put somebody on blast right now?
Yeah.
Nordic track. Don't woo over there. Don't woo over there. You call me Jiffy Poo and we have nicknames. It's like, listen, your nickname is my ex-girlfriend. Beat it. Get real. Get real. Let's get real. Get real. It was about mansplaining and I wanted to man quiet. And in my head, I go, I hate you and everything that you stand for. And then I sign it, and I'm like, have a good one. No, we're not going to go to that. Raise the roof.
Yes.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That was what's going on in my head. I've eaten couch crumbs before.
I know.
I can't wait to make love to a piece of cheese. If I had the opportunity to be James Bond and it was Bond or marriage,
I just wonder.
Sometimes you be tripping, Al.
I be tripping?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Get up, sleepyhead.
Blue team, I have nothing for you.
That's all right, we have each other. That's right.
The cowl neck. Cowl neck. Cowl.
You know what this panel needs is more cowl neck. Tori.
Jeff.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all heard the bird's the word. Welcome back to DBL. The very same people that were shutting the door on Donnie Jeff. But when you say something, I totally forgot what I was saying. I wanted to make, which I totally forgot right now. And I'm your host, super sexy Ryan Seacrest. Okay, well, I feel like running out of the studio.
Yeah.
Wow! I can't believe I still have a job after
That was great. Seeing you first day, season 1.
Oh,
and
man.
here we are, bro.
And a 2-man crew. We need to bring it back.
We need to. We're going to start a petition. But, man.
A petition?
Yeah, amongst us.
Just talk to your producer over there.
But we want to start the petition and show that there's people behind it.
I bet there's a lot of people behind it. I got to get to the next beat, but go ahead.
This is also the day that we all came together because this was our audition week, or like the first day of our audition was Jeff's birthday, and we celebrated together, and the people that celebrated are here right now.
That's crazy.
We also, though, really quickly have a little belated birthday surprise for you. Take a look. Watch.
Happy birthday, Dad. You. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Daddy.
Aww.
I hope you have a good day at work.
So cute. That makes me cry. I didn't even know you guys were going to do all that. Thank you. This is beautiful. 5 years. I can't believe we've been doing this. I love you guys. And thank you for that.
You're such a good dad, too. We love you. Happy birthday. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, wow. The best. This is crazy. Yes.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how, that's local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy. Whew, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Another weekend of mass shootings across America as a Uvalde mom who ran into the school during that attack speaks out about police trying to shut her up. Several MLB players opt out of wearing Pride Night uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? A blast from the past with the Queen showing up to the Jubilee as her younger self in hologram form. Plus, Prince Louis is at it again with his antics. And Jeff Goldblum and Lord Dern return to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, we haven't been together for, on screen for these 30 years.
It made us family forever.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Well, I hate opening the show with this, but this is our reality here in this country. There were at least 13 more mass shootings over the weekend, leaving 12 people dead. In Philadelphia, you can see people running for their lives after multiple gunmen opened fire on a crowded street. 3 people died, 13 people were injured. In Chattanooga, 3 people were killed after a shooting outside a nightclub. Now, those are just 2 of them. I have a very long list of shootings that happened just over the weekend. There were others in Arizona. In fact, that was a 14-year-old girl that died. South Carolina, Texas, Nebraska, Virginia, Kentucky, Georgia, Michigan, and New York. So what are we going to do about this? Well, a new CBS poll shows that a majority of Americans support gun restrictions. In fact, 81% favor background checks on all potential gun buyers, 72% support a federal red flag law, and 62% support a ban on the AR-15 semi-automatic. So that ban on semi-automatic weapons was the closest. So we want to hear from DBL Nation, please. What do you think? Do you support a ban on assault weapons like these? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Erica, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's shocking because we look at all of these deaths and, we're looking at people who are being targeted for race. We're looking at children being sacrificed, and that's how I feel about it. It also tells us how much money is really going down when it comes to gun lobby and the antithesis of gun control. I've said before, I'm a responsible gun owner. I am very much in favor of sensible gun control laws. That makes sense to me. But after a couple of years, 2.5 years, in a pandemic, we see that we are so divided, and it's not only divided based on some type of border system, state to state. We're divided amongst our neighborhoods. We can't come to terms with the idea of having this conversation, a common sense conversation about common sense gun control. And much like 2.5 years ago, when everyone was arguing over what the proper protocol would be in the middle of a pandemic, and people wanted to have their own freedoms and liberties respected, but at the cost of a lot of human lives, this to me is no different.
Yeah, the one thing that you said struck me is common sense, right? Just some logical laws put into place. So if you do have a mental issue and someone wrongs you or you have something on your mind, you can't go out and get an assault rifle within 24 hours. We're not saying take away guns. We have to stop this all or nothing conversation. We're just saying, hey, we're going to put some restrictions, put some limitations on that, make it a little bit more difficult. If you really want one, you're responsible. You'll pass this test, and then you'll get it in due time. That's all. You could still have them, but to have a mental issue and then go out and be able to get 2 assault weapons and then do what they did in Uvalde a week later?
The problem is 90% of the country agree with you. It's the Congress people that are taking money for their best interests. Those are the people that we're going to have to weed out, and it's going to take some time. Do you change the way that you go out? I wanted to ask you this because you're a very pragmatic person. So when you go to a movie theater, when you're out with your children, has all these recent shootings, or have you always been that way? Does it change the way you function?
I wouldn't say it changes the way I function, but I noticed that things are different. A couple weeks ago, it was random. I was supposed to go to LA and I couldn't because of weather, so I stayed in town and I went to a Nordstrom Rack that's around here. We like to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Love it.
And it was the week that Buffalo had occurred. It was the first time I noticed on a sleepy Friday night in a Nordstrom Rack where there was maybe 30 people in the store. There were 2 armed police officers in uniform at the Nordstrom Rack, the one on Colorado. And it was noticeable, what are they doing? And it just hit me that these soft targets that we're talking about, everybody's like, well, let's shore up schools. Well, we have to do churches and movie theaters and TJ Maxx, all these kinds of, so it's we're trying to kind of handle this situation now that the fire is spreading. We're trying to put out the little fires rather than deal with the main fire. And that's the fact that until we do something about the senators that continue to filibuster and block gun reform, we're going to do these stories all the time, Sam. So lock in, get ready to read those states that you just read so eloquently, because it's going to be a regular thing until we decide.
I don't think so. I think things are changing. I think people are getting out there, and this is becoming a single voter issue.
I think the midterms will show a lot.
I will have to wait and see. I really hope it does. Let's see what our viewers think. 82% of you say yes, you do support a ban on assault weapons. I think that speaks volumes too. So make sure that you vote for a candidate that has common sense gun policies. Okay, so we do have an update on the school shooting in Texas. This Uvalde mom is now saying police are warning her to stop telling her story, or else she'll be charged with a probation violation for obstruction of justice. Now, if you remember, during the shooting, she was handcuffed by police after begging them to rescue her kids. Can you imagine? Well, once her handcuffs were off, she was the mom that still jumped over the fence and saved her two sons. So this funeral home worker also is speaking out about the police response. He witnessed the gunman crash his truck, and then he went to go help. But then the gunman opened fire, ran into the school, and this worker says he was prepared to confront the gunman with his own gun, but then the police told him to stop. Okay, so okay, you're shaking your head. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know what the cover-up is, right? Like, they totally blew it. They messed up. 21 people died. Right, they screwed up. Instead of just saying we screwed up, we went through our safety protocols, what we were supposed to do. The fight or flight response kicked in, and I got it wrong. And now these lives are on my hands. But instead, they appoint him to like some what did he have? He got appointed over the weekend, right? Like to a government position
city council, yes.
Or a council. It's like, what is going on, man? What is going on? And then you're stopping people from wanting to go in there. The heroes that wanted to go in there, you're telling them no and putting them in handcuffs. They really messed this up.
That police department, Erica, just completed an active shooter drill with the state money, because they receive 40% of the funding in Uvalde. That's all. 40% goes to that police department. So you don't owe any of your constituents any sort of explanation here?
Well, of course, an explanation is owed, and also a complete dismantlement of whatever government is happening in that town. It's interesting to me that we talk out of both sides of our mouths, because it's like, if a bad guy has a gun, then a good guy has a gun. Well, there was your good guy who was shot at.
Plural.
And, went back in to get his gun in order to, can you imagine that? Like, you just got shot at, and you ran to get your gun to follow the shooter, and you get stopped? Who knows what would have happened? That mother being threatened, like she's the one who did it. Like this was her responsibility. Like she's the only one out of all those adults standing around that jumped in and ran to get her children. And now she's being threatened to not say anything? Why can't she share her story? That is her testimony.
I think this is one of the biggest scandals in the last 10 years in terms of the lies that were told, and the lives that were lost, and the fallout from that, and the fact that they have been allowed to, at one point, like the sheriff, he just stopped answering questions. Like he just no-showed. He left for like a couple days and just wasn't picking his phone up until they caught him like trying to sneak into his office. I cannot believe this has been allowed to occur. I think that there should be criminal charges filed.
Yes.
Criminal negligence.
There is an investigation.
Yes. I think we got it all. I think we know.
Well, and how many other injustices occurred over the years that we're not aware of, considering that we're seeing how they're behaving in this incident, right?
Yeah, let's throw witness intimidation on top of that as well.
Right, exactly. Oh, wow. Well, coming up on DBL, several professional baseball players take a stand against wearing Pride logos on their uniforms. Is there any problem with them saying no? Plus, our interview with the wonderful Jeff Goldblum. He's telling us all about Jurassic World Dominion. And the Queen as a hologram? We'll explain her high-tech appearance at the Jubilee.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Hello, hello. Also, something that's getting a lot of buzz in regard to Uvalde is the school board meeting had their meeting on Friday. That's supposed to be open to all the parents, right? The school board meeting represents the students and their parents. That's what they're there for. They closed the doors. No one was allowed in. That's illegal. Well, I don't know if it's illegal. I know. I don't know if it's illegal, but that's not part of the program. You're there to hear from the parents. You're there to hear from the students. And apparently they did come out after their closed door meeting and they read the names of the victims. That's all they did. They didn't talk about what they're going to do to change their security. They didn't talk about anything. Literally, it was a waste of time, and a lot of those parents that showed up were not even allowed in. That says something too, the school board meeting.
But the one, I don't know who it was, maybe not the sheriff, the one guy who came on right after the shootings.
Right, he kept going, I wasn't there, but this is what I heard.
Yeah, but he kind of put them, he's like, listen, they screwed this up. I don't know what they did. He went on, that guy took responsibility. And I was like, I'm proud for him taking responsibility. Now they're trying to cover it up.
Guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. And then we found out that he actually was the one that called that.
Oh, so that was the guy.
Yes, yes.
That's what's so confusing.
Yeah, that's why everyone's confused, because they're hearing 6 different
at first
versions.
they took responsibility, and now it's like, I don't know. They really screwed that up.
They said that he showed up to the scene without a police radio.
Yeah, he had no radio. I mean, but you're also around how many other police officers with their radios going off. Yes, it's incompetent of him to show up without it, but he knew what was going on.
This is your job.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And it's just like,
what was his, I don't know, what was he thinking? Like, you heard the gunshots, right?
You don't.
It's a kid in there. You have 19 other guys. What are you thinking? Go in there.
They all just went to. Welcome back. It is Pride Month. Well, a lot of baseball teams, they do host Pride games where they welcome members of the LGBTQ plus community. But check this out. 5 players from the Tampa Bay Rays refused to wear the Rainbow Pride logos on their uniforms. They said their religious beliefs wouldn't allow it, but they're insisting that they're still welcoming. These are the Pride logos that all the other players on the team wore. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Jeff? You're shaking your head.
I think they should do what they want, right? They're obviously making a statement, right? They're saying they're welcoming, but are they welcoming? So, but I agree with the fact that if they have a certain belief in their heart or whatever it is, it might be wrong to the community. That's what they believe, right? And if you go against, you got to be in 100%. Otherwise, you're labeled homophobic, transphobic. If I say, man, I don't know about women in Olympic sports that are transgender, that's because you're transphobic. Whoa, I'm just trying to put a statement out there to have a conversation. But if you go against anything, right, you're labeled homophobic. I think it's their right to do what they want, but they're obviously sending a message at the same time.
Erica, what do you think?
I like to know my enemy. Like, I don't want to guess if I should be nice to you when you're clearly committed to being to me. Like, I like to know. That being said, I think that this is a very public display, and you're, again, talking out of both sides of your mouth. This is what I have an issue with. It's just that maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus, who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would obtain from that behavior. So if you're gay, you don't know Jesus? Like, is that what it, because basically you're saying, oh, everyone's welcome, but also you're going to audit people's Christianity and say because of you're in the LGBTQIA plus category, you don't know Jesus. Right. Okay, so you're welcome, but not with my Jesus.
I'm glad you said that. Remember Grace Baldridge? She's known as Semler. She's the #1 Christian artist on the charts right now, still with her new album. She's queer. Her dad's a pastor, and she's redefining that whole thing that Erica just described. Because she's a devout Christian, she not only speaks it, but she shows it, and that's what it's about. I'm sick of Christians, and let me tell you, I come from a family of faith, but I'm sick of people saying one thing and then not acting another way. What were you going to say? Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, what I was thinking about is I feel like we're looking at this as either people that have something on the uniform or some people that don't. But I think that there's some people, especially the kind of generation that raised me, they're not into symbology at all. My dad probably wouldn't wear that on his uniform. My ex-mother-in-law would not have worn that on her uniform, but they would have fought fiercely for they were also in the military, but they would have fought fiercely for people's ability to live the life that they would like to.
But
some people just don't roll like that.
And I understand that, but
Right.
I was talking to Michael Dean, and in full transparency, he told me I could bring this up because he's openly gay, one of our producers, and I just asked him his thoughts, being a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and I know he doesn't represent everybody, but he said, you know, I have no problem with them not wearing it. That's their decision. Just don't say that you're an ally of mine.
Supportive at the same time. Right, that's where it gets confusing. But I think that, like you said, they have every right not to. Not saying it's right or whatever. They're all sending a message. I don't think anyone from the LGBTQ community will be buying those jerseys, right? But they do have a right. And it's not, I don't like this 100% all in or you are labeled that. That's what I don't like.
Yeah. I just, you know, some people, I didn't know how much time, but like I've seen this happen a lot, and I just feel like there's a group of people that are never represented. Some people, it's inside of them. Yeah. They don't need to wear the earrings. They don't need to wear your T-shirt. They don't need to. It's just how they roll, and I feel like those people get lumped in with other people that are not allies, and I feel like they are two totally separate
You need to have discernment.
Absolutely.
I know. No one does anymore.
Al used symbology. That was a good word.
I wasn't sure if that was a word. I think that was
the word. Sold me.
Yeah,
I was like,
believe me. Al has
one.
like a Rolodex of like. I asked Al about the periodic table, which he memorized like 25 years ago, and he still knows it.
What's salt?
Salt.
SA?
Oh. Na.
Wait, Sam, way to jump in there.
Salt is NaCl. It's sodium chloride.
Wow. Chris over there, our executive producer.
Is it? He's like, yeah.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with Jeff Goldblum. What does he think about sharing the screen with dinosaurs?
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26th this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Baby raptor? I made a promise we would bring her home.
You made a promise to a dinosaur?
Yeah. Why?
Wow, how cool is that? Welcome back. We had the chance to talk with 2 big stars from Jurassic World Dominion. You'll hear from Laura Dern later in the show, but first we have a hilarious and silly interview with the one-of-a-kind Jeff Goldblum. Take a look. Jeff Goldblum, welcome to DBL. Oh, hello.
Tori, Al, Sam, and Jeff.
Yes.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, I want to read one of our viewer questions because we got a lot of viewer questions who wanted to talk specifically to you. One viewer wants to know if you will be going to be shirtless. Yes, an Ian Malcolm shirtless in Jurassic World Dominion. Can you give us the scoop if that's going to happen for one of our viewers?
You are so nice. Thank you, dear viewer.
Her name's
I don't want to squash. Oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. I don't want to give anything away, but oh, hey, there's a moment actually where, you know, my costume malfunction is referred to in a little moment between me and the great DeWanda Wise, whose character is introduced in this, and there's a little exchange. So I watch for that, and you'll see whether how many buttons or what happens. You'll see.
An homage.
First of all, I love that, and Jeff,
I'm going to open up a button just for this.
I'm going to be a little honest. I am biased because I believe that the T-Rex reveal in Jurassic Park is one of the best scenes ever, like ever. But when I looked at that, I was like, what is it like for you, Jeff, to be acting next to a life-size robotic T-Rex? It had to be weird a little bit, right?
Did it get scary?
Well, weird and scary and amazing, and you're right, I agree with you. That first scene in the first movie, thanks to Steven Spielberg, what a genius, what a giant of cinema, and he knows how to make a scene. Yeah, that is will live in my dreams forever. Well, I'll tell you, in this movie, Colin Trevorrow is a wonderful director. He mostly wanted us to act with real animatronic dinosaurs, no tennis ball and like that. So mostly they were these giant, if you've seen the movie, there are giant, amazing dinosaurs in this, and to act with them, wow. Amazing and very, very scary.
I love this guy. Jeff, how did it feel getting the original Jurassic Park trio back together for the first time in 30 years? There is a chemistry there that's like a lot of chemistry.
Good one.
Thanks.
It felt like it to me. Well, I love them. You know, the great Laura Dern and the great Sam Neill. Oh, boy. And B.D. Wong. Wonderful. B.D. Wong is back in this. I'll tell you, you know, we couldn't stop talking about, oh, my gosh, we haven't been together for, you know, on screen for these 30 years. And can you believe what happened with that first movie still? That's kind of astounding and terrific. And then we had our work cut out for us in this movie, and we just buckled down. We were all living together in the same hotel and kind of became even more of a bonded family, and had a great time.
They found a way. Life will find a way.
Jeff had a lot to say over here. Our Jeff.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with you.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you, everybody. Be well. I'll see you soon, I hope.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that our viewers, please watch Jurassic World Dominion. We're going to be watching it. We can't wait. It premieres June 9th in theaters. Thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
guys. Appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence,
you can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
Welcome back. Everyone loves winning things. Well, scammers know this. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. There are many legitimate sweepstakes out there, but you need to watch out for prize scammers. They will reach out to you by phone, email, or mail, congratulating you for winning a prize. But the red flag is that they will request that you pay a fee or send personal information to claim it. You should never send money or provide financial information to receive a prize. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-353-8940 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. I like Erica saying about prizes.
Oh, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I wish I could take ownership over that.
I love it. I've repeated it twice, but it's not the same.
And you definitely screwed it up.
Always. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Our interview with another big star from Jurassic World Dominion, Laura Dern. What was it like being back on set with all of her old castmates? And Prince Louis is at it again, but now Kate's parenting style is in question. We're going to explain next.
More than 21,000 people have signed a petition calling on the Internal Revenue Service to revoke the National Rifle Association's tax-exempt status. One tweet about its exemption has more than 56,000 likes. And Verify viewer Kimberly sent us this question.
Hey, Verify, is the NRA tax-exempt?
So, let's verify. Does the NRA have tax-exempt status? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and the NRA. The NRA is the nation's largest gun owners organization and is classified as a 501c4 or social welfare organization. The IRS says this status is for nonprofit groups that mostly exist to lobby or advocate for a cause. This is not the same thing as a charity. A charity can accept tax-deductible donations, but is generally not allowed to lobby. A social welfare organization can't accept tax-deductible donations, but is allowed to lobby. Both are considered nonprofits by the IRS, which means they're exempt from federal taxes. So, yes, the NRA does have tax-exempt status. 501c4s are common and include nonprofits like AARP, the Miss America organization, and some volunteer fire departments. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Stephanie Jones, yes, is here to give us the inside scoop on the Queen's Jubilee, which came to a close yesterday. So the 4-day royal event ended a lot like it began, with a photo op. Yesterday, the Queen made a surprise appearance, posing for photos on the balcony at Buckingham Palace. And last Thursday, she kicked off her celebration on the same balcony, standing with all acting royals. So to get a recap of all the royal festivities, we've got our own British insider, Stephanie Jones. So Steph, what were the big highlights over the weekend?
All right, wow. Do you guys remember that I told you there was going to be a special guest that was riding in the Queen's golden carriage?
Yes.
Well, now we know who it was. It was a hologram of the Queen herself. Wow. But this is really cool because it was made from the day she was crowned 70 years ago, and they projected the image onto the windows, and the hologram waved to fans as it's made its way through the streets. Now, this hologram was epic, but let's be honest.
That makes me emotional.
It's really cute. So she was 26 years old there. Isn't that amazing? The day she got coronated. It's really cool.
Coronation ball. That's from Frozen. The coronation
cool.
ball.
I think they've used that term before that movie.
But as much as Queen Lizzie, looked epic, and that it was the kids that really stole the show. So first up, we've got Princess Charlotte. She twinned with the Queen while she was waving to the crown. So she watched her great-grandma wave, and then she starts mimicking her. So sweet. Aww. And then Charlotte's older brother, Prince George, got his own viral moment during the concert on Saturday night. Take a look.
That's
and then
embarrassing.
That's so cute. Oh, Jeff.
Jeff said it was embarrassing.
Oh, come on. He's just singing. He's having a little sing-song, Jeff.
Now this is embarrassing.
So now this, let's check out this. The youngest prince has got everybody talking. So Prince Louis was caught making a bunch of faces at his mom while they watched the Platinum Jubilee pageant. So you can see these ones are really cute, but look at that. That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? So I've got to ask the parents on the panel, what would you do if literally the entire world, millions of people are watching you, and your little kid's like, shut up?
Can
you imagine?
I think every parent relates, though. And we've all had our kids at one time or another do something crazy. Yes, it's behind closed doors, but...
He is cute, though. Doesn't he give you mega Harry vibes?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He is so cute.
The Revenge of the Harry.
What is this move? Is this the na-na-na-na-na? Yes. Is that what that is?
We're skipping over the bigger issue.
What?
And that he put his hand over his mom's mouth.
Yeah, that's
a part
of
a level.
Yeah, no.
But by 4 years old, I knew that was not happening. I don't know anybody. If I saw that happen in public, I would ask the parent if they were okay.
No.
Because
I thought she handled it really well.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Sam.
The hand over the mouth?
Reaching their hand towards your face and saying, be quiet now?
You don't know what happened. I don't want to criticize any parent out there. It's hard enough being a parent. I'm not going to criticize her.
I don't think this is a criticism of her.
It sounds like it.
No, I think this is all of us tapping into our own experiences in the households that we were raised in and knowing what the ramifications for something like that is. We're just comparing. We're not criticizing.
Okay. Well, another big story this weekend, J-Lo crying at the MTV Movie Awards. The actress received the Generation Award and gave a moving acceptance speech. Take a look.
I want to thank the people who gave me joy and the ones who broke my heart, the ones who were true and the ones who lied to me. I want to thank True Love. I want to thank all the people who told me to my face or when I wasn't in the room that I couldn't do this. I really don't think I could have done it without you.
Aw, well, we got to talk about the fashion, though, okay? Steph, you're our fashion expert. Break it down for us.
All right, well, Sam, do you know why J-Lo was crying? Because more than half of the audience was dressed completely awfully. It clearly is. All right, so let's start off with the good ones. We've got to start with the good ones. So J-Lo, of course, she stunned us.
Love that.
In a black leather corset. The plunging neckline is epic. The column skirt with the hip cutouts. I mean, she's like a fine wine. She gets better with age.
She does.
She's amazing. And check out actress Vanessa Hudgens. So she hosted the show, but this red carpet look was unbelievable. Then we've got Real Housewife Garcelle looking stunning as she walked the red carpet with her twin sons.
Ooh, Erica, what do you think?
I like it. Meredith Marks wore this, something similar in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion.
See, I knew
but I
Erica
think
would-
the purple, is giving.
And then we saw Lisa Rinna. She looked amazing in crushed velvet. But we've got to talk about the misses if we've got some time, because I hate to say it, but the housewives, they were the only two that came dressing to impress. The rest was a mess. Bethany Frankel, what is happening? I hate it. Erica Jane in this oversized neon pink suit.
Oh, yeah.
The matching gloves are horrendous. I don't know who put them in them. Gives me weird bondage vibes. You should be washing up at home, not on a red carpet. They really need to be burned. And then I don't know if Bravo sent out an email about neon coats and suits, but this chick, look at her, Tamara Judge. She looks like she should have, she's forgotten her pants for one, and she should never have worn that colour. Teddy Mellencamp was in this beaded pink number. She looks like she should be on Dancing with the Stars. It's awful. And Adriana Maddox. Okay, we've got more. I love it. We couldn't decide here whether or not to go with fishnets, glitter, feathers, but she's literally got a pair of knickers on underneath that, and that's it. And it's so unflattering. And those shoes look like they're from the 90s, but in a bad way.
Giving it to her. I like it.
Celia, man, what is going on? It's shocking. It's shocking you're on a red carpet with J-Lo. These people have got a budget. They're like the housewives. They've got a budget, but they don't look like it. You look like you've all gone rummaging through second-hand bins, and it's awful.
That was me this weekend.
It's awful. You were on a carpet with J-Lo.
I know. Coming up on DBL, we talked with Jeff Goldblum early in the show, and up next is Laura Dern. What did she have to say about reuniting with her Jurassic Park co-stars 30 years later? Thanks to Stephanie Jones.
Closed captioning provided by.
And I said, Saturday, no one's here.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
That's what people want.
Okay. So, Steph, stick around. I want to ask you more questions. So, we just went over the whole MTV Movie Awards. Was it MTV Movie or Music?
Movie and TV Awards.
Movie and TV Awards. Okay. So Steph was not feeling everybody's looks, and I have to agree with her. I don't think any of the housewives stood out. I was surprised about Ariana Maddox. She's from, do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
I do not.
Okay. So she's from Vanderpump Rules, and she actually typically has really good style.
No, absolutely. I have seen other pictures of her. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. Yep. But if you actually look at the photograph, honestly, it's like fishnets and she's wearing knickers underneath, and it's really not okay.
What did you think of J-Lo's look, though?
I
You
thought
really
she was
did like that.
Stunning,
Okay.
stunning. This is the thing, right? I don't mind Desperate Housewives, the housewives in general, they're fine. But this is J-Lo, and like the levels we're talking about are like mega A-list and D, if that. So, come on, wear more than a pair of knickers. Like,
Yeah, J-Lo brought it. You're absolutely
or
right.
weird bondage vibes.
Right.
Like,
I was
it's those
surprised with Erica
gloves.
Jane's look because I feel like Erica Jane usually brings it.
Yeah.
So Erica knows all about the
no.
Housewives. She watches every franchise.
Incredible. They've got some serious cash to
I'm not
wear
a huge
some
fan of
mega
Bethany's
outfits.
style, typically.
Well, Bethany just seemed off-brand. It was a little too sweet for what she normally would go for. She's generally a little bit more structured. She pulls off androgyny well.
Wait, what did you say about Garcelle? I'm curious.
So Garcelle, I'm curious if it was the same designer as Meredith Marks from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because she wore a teal version of something very similar, and people really roasted her about it for the reunion. So I'm wondering if it's the same designer.
If our world's gonna survive, what matters is what we do now.
I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
Ooh, welcome back. Her role in Jurassic Park as paleontologist Ellie Sattler made her a hit movie star, and now she's back for the latest film of the franchise, Jurassic World Dominion. Check out our interview with the wonderful Laura Dern. The Laura Dern, welcome to DBL. So now that you've had almost 30 years to make up your mind, the question everybody wants answered, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I might still have to say the Triceratops from the original Jurassic Park.
Yes. I know that wasn't real, but you touching his eye and the deal, it was so real. Great job on that. It was emotional. It really was amazing. All right, you delivered one of the most, or some of the most iconic lines from the original movie. One was, "We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back."
Yup. We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I get back.
My favorite is,
"Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth."
So how does Jurassic World Dominion continue flipping the script on gender roles and sexism? Because it's kind of a feminist movie in a way.
Well, bless you for saying it. We wanted this female partner and equal in this action film, which was very rare at the time.
Yeah, 93.
And with the lines that I was privileged to get to say. And with Bryce Dallas Howard and now DeWanda Wise, it's a gorgeous thing to be in this film with really extraordinary, strong, badass women that feel like real equals in the storytelling.
So Laura, we talked on the show about the 20-year age gap between you and Sam Neill and what it would be like if it was actually reversed. What made you see that relationship differently?
I'll be honest, at the time that we made that movie, no one even thought about it.
Yeah, I know.
So what's amazing is we're having a conversation. Let's just put it this way. This junket, you guys are asking that question. When we made the first movie, no one asked me.
That's so interesting.
I was the perfect age for a, actor in his 40s.
So we have evolved.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, so we have evolved. And he's a very charming, dashing man, and I'm very lucky to be back with him, and such a beautiful actor. So I wouldn't want it any other way now that we're back together, but it is an interesting question about Hollywood.
Yes.
That's, well, I have to ask you because, like in the actual movie, a hurricane hit Hawaii while you were filming the original Jurassic Park. How did that affect the cast and crew? Because I've been through a couple and they're no fun.
They are no fun. And it was close, and it was terrifying, and it made us family forever. Stephen and his wife, Kate, when my son was born, came to the hospital. Like, we're family. Because you go through something like that. And then I returned, and we all moved in together because we were in a global pandemic.
Right. Wow.
So we have experienced many things together, and this is a very deep family now with this new cast.
Stephen came to the hospital to meet my children. Spielberg?
Yeah,
Spielberg. Sure. Good old Steve.
Jeff Goldblum delivered my children.
I am Jeff Goldblum.
So sweet. Oh, I didn't mention, he also delivered my children also.
He's a doctor.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much for chatting with us. Be sure to watch Jurassic World Dominion, premiering June 9th in theaters. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you all. Great to see you.
You may have seen headlines or claims like these. U.S. COVID cases 6 times higher than last year. COVID cases are 5 times higher now than last Memorial Day weekend. But is it true? Let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the North Carolina Health Department, and Forsyth County Public Health Director Josh Swift. We checked the national and state numbers. We're looking at case numbers from May 26, 2021, which is the last business day before the holiday weekend. Nationwide, there were just over 23,000 new cases. On May 26th this year, it's more than 124,000 cases. That's about 5.3 times higher than last year. We get updated state numbers every Wednesday. On the Wednesday before Memorial Day last year, 802 cases were reported. This year, it's just over 28,000 cases. That's about 35 times higher. And those numbers may not even show the whole picture.
You talk to a lot of people that say they had COVID, but they did it through an at-home test. So that's so our numbers, what we're showing on our website, is still not the true number because that doesn't include at-home tests.
But experts say case numbers don't tell the whole story. Hospitalizations are a better gauge. Around this time last year, the state reported 25% of COVID patients were hospitalized, about 600 people. This year, it's down 10%, about 500 people. So we can verify, yes, COVID cases nationwide are 5 times higher than last year. At the state level, they're 35 times higher, but hospitalizations haven't budged.
Most of us are guilty of not always telling the truth, and people lie for many different reasons. So how do you know if someone's lying? Confidence coach and body language expert Karen Donaldson joins us live to clue us in.
Yeah. Karen, let's jump.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Let's jump right in, Karen. What are the most common reasons people lie? And is it ever okay to lie? Does this just make me look fat? No.
Really good questions. Here's the reality. Most people want to appear confident. They want to appear likable, and they want to fit in, right? So a lot of people lie. Research actually shows that 60% of people during a 10-minute conversation actually lie. And to answer your question, it is never okay to lie, whether you think it's a white lie or if it's a huge lie. The reality is this, we always hear it, honesty is actually the best policy. It just comes down to how you deliver the information. When someone asks the question, do I look fat in a dress? How do you think you look?
Oh.
Right? You can redirect the question, or you can say, you look good, but I like the red one better. Got it?
Not in my house.
Yeah, always offer the upgrade, now, how can you tell if someone is lying?
Definitely. There's a lot of, or I'll go through a few, but there's a lot of body language gestures that you could look at. So if you're having a conversation, you ask the question to someone or ask a question to someone, if they instantly look away and they no longer look you in the face, that could be a signal that what they're saying is not true. Another one is this, when they quickly bite their lip, bring it in, that's them showcasing that they're holding back something that they want to say. So it might be a lie. The other one that we often will see, but we don't know what it means, is rapid blinking. All of a sudden, rapid blinking happens. So we blink on a regular basis. However, rapid blinking signals stress or someone feeling nervous on the inside. And the last one is this. If someone's verbal communication, what they're saying, does not match their gestures, that is huge. So I'm saying yes, but all of a sudden I'm like, everything's fine.
Right.
Right? So non-alignment there.
So you say that a great example of this kind of behavior is how R. Kelly responded during Gayle King's interview. So let's take a look at that.
When I listen to you,
I'm
it
just
does
telling
sound
the
like
truth.
You're playing the victim
I'm just
card.
telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
and I apologize for that, is because this is the first time I was able to say something.
So you want to see that alignment there.
So he's saying, I'm telling the truth.
Correct.
He looked away.
The truth.
He looked away too, right?
That's what I
You got it.
noticed.
There's a couple of gestures too. The quick look away. And the whole thing is this. Like, when you are telling the truth, you're like, listen to me. Like, you want someone to believe you. You never break eye contact. So the look away, joint with that. And we call those clusters of gestures that will really indicate, and there's a higher indication when you see 2 or 3 gestures that align that say that someone's lying as well.
I guess my question is it good to call somebody out when you catch them in a lie? And maybe is there a tactful way to go about doing this so you don't start World War III?
Definitely no World War IIIs. The key thing is this, you get to decide. So you have to ask yourself, how important is a relationship, or how important is you getting to the truth? And here's how you want to do it. First thing is you want to ensure that they're lying. So check your facts. Number 2, you should do it in private. No one needs to be embarrassed. Number 3, and this is a big one, if you're calling someone out, you need to stay calm and check your emotions. You cannot match anger with anger and try to get to the bottom of things. The next thing is literally state what the lie is, then pause and allow the other person an opportunity to actually explain themselves. Because at times we might actually see that it's a misunderstanding, or I may have looked on social media and the time was wrong because you said you were relaxing or you were sick and you couldn't go out, and then I see you online doing something else. So you want to kind of go through those steps, and the fact checking is really key as well.
Wow, good tips, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you so much, Karen. DBL Nation, Karen is holding online confidence camps, and you can find out more by visiting KarenDonaldsonInc.com. Thank you so much, Karen. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
So let's verify. Does federal law really protect gun manufacturers from being sued? Our sources here are a trio of law professors. We also looked to the law in question, the 2005 Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, called PLACA for short. And we read through a Congressional Research Service paper. Let's start with PLACA. It was created in part to prevent civil lawsuits against, quote, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, and importers of firearms or ammunition products for the harm solely caused by the criminal or unlawful misuse of firearms products or ammunition products.
So if you're shot by a person who criminally misuses a weapon, this law would block you from suing a firearms manufacturer.
But there are exceptions.
If you buy a firearm that is defective, if you knowingly transfer a firearm knowing that that firearm will be used to commit a crime of violence,
you can sue when there's an allegation that the manufacturer or dealer violated an underlying statute, either a federal or a state statute, that is, quote, applicable to the sale or marketing of firearms.
And we just saw this play out in 2015. The families of 9 Sandy Hook victims sued gunmaker Remington for the way they marketed the weapon used in that mass shooting.
The allegation by the families was that Bushmaster was marketing this gun to be used for offensive, violent conduct.
In February, Remington settled for $73 million.
But I don't think it really resolved the ultimate legal question as to just how big an exception is this to the federal immunity shield.
So we can verify that, yes, a 2005 law does protect gun makers from being civilly sued simply because their guns are used in a crime. However, it's not complete immunity, and some states have laws giving even more immunity to manufacturers than PLACA. With your Verify, I'm Adam Longo.
It can be a little jarring when you're stopped at a red light and your car's engine suddenly stops as well. Many new gas-powered vehicles come with a start-stop feature that kills the engine when you're sitting still. An 11 Live viewer wants to know if there's a significant gas savings and if the feature leads to wear and tear on your vehicle starter. So let's verify. Our sources are Jim Castle with AAA and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Castle tells us that the intent of the feature is to save gas.
They found all different ways, lighter oil, lighter parts, start-stop technology. So yeah, it's there to save fuel, without a doubt.
AAA tested the start-stop feature on 3 different vehicles and found the feature improved fuel efficiency as much as 7%. The EPA is a little less encouraging, estimating the savings at anywhere from 4 to 5%. But what about wear and tear on the starter? Castle says the feature does put more pressure on the starter, but the cost shouldn't outweigh the savings on fuel.
We've definitely, seen a couple of issues, not many at all. You probably won't see starter issues for, years.
So we can verify it's true. The start-stop feature will save you money on fuel, outweighing any issues that may arise with added pressure on your vehicle's starter.
That's hilarious.
Birthday song from a radio station in Chicago with DJ Mike Love, Jeff, and Erica.
And it is.
Yes, know that very, very well. So before we go, we gotta wish Jeff a happy belated birthday.
Oh,
we know you
yes.
celebrated over the weekend, but we want to celebrate you here, Jeff. So let's take a look back at some of our favorite Big Jeff moments.
Welcome back.
Is today your birthday?
Yeah, it is. You know it is. Today is our very first day live on television. If you take someone's sandwich, forget it. Like that, then you're gonna have for lunch the next day a knuckle sandwich. All right, you want me to put somebody on blast right now?
Yeah.
Nordic track. Don't woo over there. Don't woo over there. You call me Jiffy Poo, and we have nicknames. It's like, listen, your nickname is my ex-girlfriend. Beat it. Get real. Get real. Let's get real. Get real. It was about mansplaining, and I wanted to man quiet. And in my head, I go, I hate you and everything that you stand for. And then I sign it. I'm like, have a good one. No, we're not gonna go to next week. Raise the roof.
Yes.
Embarrassing. Yeah. I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That was what's going on in my head. I've eaten couch crumbs before.
I know. And
I can't wait to make love to a piece of cheese. If I had the opportunity to be James Bond and it was Bond or marriage,
I just wonder.
Sometimes you be tripping now.
I be tripping?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Get up, sleepyhead.
Blue team, I have nothing for you.
That's all right, we have each other. That's all right.
The cowl neck. Cowl neck. Cowl.
You know what this panel needs is more cowl neck. Tori.
Jeff.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all heard.
The bird's the word.
Welcome back to DBL. The very same people that were shutting the door on Donnie Jeff. Donnie Jeff. But when you say something, I totally forgot what I was saying. I wanted to make, which I totally forgot right now. And I'm your host, super sexy Ryan Seacrest. Okay, well, I feel like running out of the studio.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe I still have a job after
That was great. Seeing you first day season 1.
Oh,
and
man.
here we are, bro.
And a 2-man crew. We need to bring it back.
We need to. We're going to start a petition. But, man.
A petition?
Yeah, amongst us.
Just talk to your producer over there.
But we want to start the petition and show that there's people behind it.
I bet there's a lot of people behind it. I got to get to the next beat, but go ahead.
This is also the day that we all came together because this was our audition week, or like the first day of our audition was Jeff's birthday, and we celebrated together, and the people that celebrated are here right now.
That's crazy.
We also, though, really quickly have a little belated birthday surprise for you. Take a look. Watch.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Daddy.
Aw.
I hope you have a good day at work.
So cute. That makes me cry. I didn't even know you guys were going to do all that. Thank you. This is beautiful. 5 years. I can't believe we've been doing this. I love you guys. And thank you for that.
You're such a good dad, too.
Oh,
We love you. Happy birthday. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, wow. The best. This is crazy. Yes.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.